Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun
Be a guitar. It just repeats like a dead thing. Welcome to a spooky Thingus. We're not going to do any more spooky ones for the rest of the month. This is going to be the only one. But it's going to be full of scares, surprises, startles, and screams.
Mostly screams at things not working.
Yes, mostly yes. Mostly repulsive. You need on the soundboard your own scream.
That's true. Although, why would I need that on the soundboard?
Right.
I could just do it.
So that it sounds exactly the same every time.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would be different notes of scream, like or.
Yeah, you can't play them all together at the same time and make the one sound.
Well, I have let me get my soundboard up so I have it. I have this one. Where is it? Oh, I must have gotten rid of the Homer scream.
You got rid of the Homer scream. Oh, is there not enough room for it?
I think I used I wanted to replace it with this one.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh, please, yeah.
All right. How about... All right, I'm going to stop humming. Okay, so what is that guy?
We're talking about a guy whose name is Caveman something.
Okay, yeah, not worth remembering his name.
Yeah.
Because, well, ultimately, you'll see why.
Yeah. And he played a game about a caveman called Tamba.
Is that like an NES game?
It's for PlayStation 1.
Oh, okay.
And he's like speedrunning this game at 2014 Games Done Quick at like 8 a.m. And next to him on the couch is a guy he doesn't know at all.
They're at a festival, right?
They're at Games Done Quick, which is a fundraiser for charity.
Okay, but it's all speedrunners.
Yeah. And yeah, both of these guys and pretty much everyone else near them on the couch or nearby is also a speedrunner. Some of them talk about the game. But like this one guy didn't know anything about the game. He didn't know the speedrunner, and he was distracting him the whole time. And over like, I don't know, half an hour, he eventually just like, you know, worked up enough rage.
He was
to
also
say,
really unfunny, yeah.
Yeah, he was being really annoying, and he finally told him, I would really prefer if you'd be quiet. So
yeah, and the guy and his stupid face did not know what to do with that. He just continued to smile for a few seconds. and it was just like one of those moments where you are in such pain because you know exactly how annoying that guy is being, because many of us have been exactly that annoying at some point. And
yeah.
And it probably, you know, if you're able to like look back on that with regret, then in all likelihood somebody did give you the information that that other streamer gave you, which was that they didn't like hearing you at all, and they would prefer for you to be quiet.
Yeah.
And it was probably not somebody who was even mean to you. It was somebody who was just firmly like, stop talking, please.
Yeah.
And that hurts. That really, like, if you're the kind of person who is, you know, capable of growth and hears that and feels the sting of how annoying you're being, then, you know, that moment is like scarring for you, but it's also like you needed to hear that shit. Like,
Right.
Thank God I heard that shit so I could be less annoying in my life now. And yet, when you see this guy taking it, it doesn't seem like he's going to take anything good away from it. And that feeling is confirmed when you told me that this guy also got busted for being a fucking cheater.
Yeah, he spliced a Paper Mario 1000-Year Door run where he performed like an impossible trick, basically, or something. And someone watching was able to tell that he did something shady. Like, I don't know exactly what he did, actually. I actually have no idea how he got away with it. But he didn't. He didn't get away with it for those people.
How
they
long?
were able to do it.
But he did get away with it for a while, right? Because like,
No, I mean, I just mean like, for me, I would have not questioned it. And I guess like he probably got away with some things if he was like a partially well-known speedrunner. I mean, I think he seems like someone who did it to get into this community of cool people who play video games.
which is really pathetic.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of like, because like, look, I really admire what these people do, but these are not cool people.
No.
And as such, they will if you're good at the game, if you have any talent, they will probably be very kind and welcoming to you,
Yeah.
right? So it's like deeply sad for somebody to fake their way into a community like this when really the only merit amongst them is their talent.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead and find something like where you don't have to be talented. Like there are people out there who will put up with your fucking shit. Like, in all likelihood, this guy would have a fine career being like the annoying guy in a friend group that nerds are like too afraid to ask to leave. You know, he could do that for many, many years before he just dies annoying.
But only with people who have nothing to offer, not guys who are really good at video games.
No, just normal people who are not like exceptionally talented at anything in particular. Just friends, you know? Just life, which, like, look, we shouldn't all aspire to only hang out with enormously talented people all the time. They're not in general the most present. You know what I mean? Like that should not be your aspiration, to only have friends with exceptional abilities. I'm just like, I'm calling all my friends untalented right now. It's not true. It's not true what I'm saying. I'm just saying that if talent is the glue that holds you and your friends together, I mean, there's some dysfunctional shit going on there. But isn't that always the case, folks? Aren't we all dysfunctional in our relationships? No, there are people who are totally normal, and we'll never know that life. Not
I mean,
you or I.
I'm not going to be friends with Chibi. Neither are you.
I'm not going to be friends with some loser who cheats. Absolutely not.
No.
I don't like cheaters.
No, I don't know how you could be friends with him or even like interact with him. Like, what if he sat down on a couch next to you? What would you do?
What would I do if that guy sat down next to me? I would stand up and walk away. Like, no, that guy is not sitting next to me. Life is too fucking short for that guy to sit next to me.
Well, I think an interesting thing about Caveman's predicament is that he couldn't get up and leave. He had to be on that couch and he had to endure it.
Right. The guy who's actually like good at the game. He couldn't leave because he was like doing the event with this guy. right?
No, this guy was just like someone he didn't know at all. This guy was not involved.
Why was he allowed to sit there while the athlete is working?
Someone in the comments said that the guy next to him said he could sit there, and like when we saw that guy, you were just like, man, that guy got out of there.
Oh yeah. Oh, so his friend left. So it was like who knows this guy kind of situation.
Yeah.
Like,
Whose
is this
guy
your
is
friend?
this? Is this your guy?
Is this your guy? Can somebody please come get their guy? God, so many of those situations. Oh yeah. I was trying to shoot these friendly little frogs. They're just little bouncy things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this shit's so
they don't
fun.
look so different from the enemies though.
How many NES games are this fun? Like, just in terms of like the power fantasy they give you. Just bouncing around.
This is one of the most original NES games, probably. There weren't that many 3D games.
No, this one is actually 3D. It's got like, what is this mode 7?
No,
no.
I mean,
This is
I don't
just
know
sprites.
how this works.
This is just sprites. Oh shit, this is hard. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get that.
I guess it's just sprites.
It's very, very impressive. I guess I should check the chat. I haven't checked out anything. Ah! Shit.
Yeah, what are they saying about us?
I have not checked. You sit, my friend. My guy.
Who? Oh, I thought you were talking to Heidi.
3D World Runner. Yeah, no, usually I have the chat open. I don't know why it's not here. I would tell people to talk, but I don't even see them. Give me just a
I
moment.
see what people are saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we're talking about Chibi, who had a video about him that I watched.
mhm.
It was pretty scathing. It was called Speedrunning's Most Pathetic or something like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, that is truly pathetic. Like, I cannot think of something more pathetic than that. It was his birthday.
Oh yeah. There's a part where he says, he doesn't even. No one even says birthday. He mishears them. Someone was like, "Thanks for streaming, or thanks for doing Tomba 2. This made my workday a lot better." And Chibi is like, "Someone else has a birthday," and Caveman is just like, "What are the odds?"
Oh fuck! Oh my god, that's so good. We should definitely be posting that vid to the chat
Yeah.
or to the Discord. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god. All right, that's so sad. So I kind of did this in Perfect
It's the
Tides.
song.
Oh, that rules. Oh my god. So good. He's like, yeah. Oh, the lightning strike. Oh, it's beautiful. So I kind of did this in Perfect Tides. You want to play it?
Yeah.
Where on your birthday in the game you have no plans and you like ultimately invite yourself to somebody else's house for your own birthday, and
Wow.
that's that's extra fucking painful. That's extra fucking painful that this guy came here on his birthday with no friends
Yeah.
and insinuated himself in a situation where he was not wanted, and then had to volunteer that it was his birthday because nobody else would say so. Holy shit. That's destroying me.
Yeah, his story is it's pretty sad, isn't it?
Yeah. I like, part of me wants to save guys like that.
Well, do you think he could be on the right track now that he's been exposed as a cheater?
I mean, that's possible, right? I mean, because what facilitates change in our lives? Scarring events, right?
Oh my god, being told to shut up on your birthday? If that was all it was, that'd suck.
Yeah.
But instead, it's also public humiliation. It's like, you know,
Right.
everyone knows you're a cheater and a loser and
Right.
annoying.
Right. Yeah, all of that happened and it was on camera and a lot of people saw it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that hurts so much.
Yeah, it's in every single cringe compilation under the sun.
Oh my
You
God.
smiling your head off like a doofus, not knowing what's coming, and the permanent scowl on your face that comes of it.
Oh my God. So wait, he was exposed as a cheater like after this, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, I remember not. Oh, thank you.
Right, because like nobody would have let him show his face there if he was already like famously a cheater. I mean, nobody wanted his face there to begin with, but like, man, oh man, is that rough? That may be the roughest I've heard. Anyone have rougher? I don't think. I hope so. I hope that changed shit for him.
Yeah, it might have. I don't know, because it did feel like he started. You know, if you look at that clip of him on the Tomba couch as the beginning, it's like he started out as like truly obnoxious. Then we learned he's, you know, somewhat villainous.
Yeah.
And now we think, is there any hope for him?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if there was any hope for him, it would have had to happen after all this. After his entire world told him to shut up. I mean, the thing is, this has happened to this guy before.
Yeah.
When he had a lower profile in life, he was definitely ejected from friend groups.
Yeah.
He was definitely told to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. This was live though.
Yeah, the scale of this is unmatched. So this could be the one. This really could be the one. And if that's the case, then the greatest good possible that could have been done was done for this guy in that moment. Oh man, that dragon is so cute. I can't stand how adorable his little face is. So cool. I love his pose there.
So this game was made by Squaresoft.
Yeah. Yeah. It's completely different from their RPGs.
Yeah, it's a little strange. Like I never saw it as similar at all. Like it was shocking to me when I saw it said Squaresoft.
Yeah.
I guess the music has a similar quality. Like it sounds like the same instruments
Right.
as Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the this like
Oh, yeah.
main instrument.
Right. And this maybe sounds a little like the battle music.
Do you think it's the same composer?
No, probably not. I don't know, maybe. That'd be funny. I mean, these songs are legendary in my mind. I'm so low. I need to sit on something to make myself a little higher. I need a booster seat.
Meredith gets higher.
I mean, few things in this world are so inevitable. There we go.
Oh shit, I'm running out of time.
Oh, right, I forgot you can run out of time in this game. And you can even be running out of time during what basically sounds like heaven, right? This music is like you've died and gone to heaven.
Yeah, it's heaven. There's no enemies.
Yes.
It's
Nothing's
peaceful
hard.
here.
but I think you're still running out of time, unfortunately.
So when we get to heaven, we're still dying. And then we eventually have to go back to Earth and...
Yes, yes. Yeah, welcome back to the grind, folks.
Yeah. Oh, you thought you were going to heaven forever? No. You've been reborn, like in Simad.
I love that Simat kind of is suggesting, without saying it, that ants are uniquely reborn to their own brew,
Yeah.
right? They're not saying that everybody is reborn.
Well, I mean, that would be cool if everybody was reborn. Although I don't know if we'd take this life as seriously if we could be.
If we knew we could be reborn,
Yeah.
well, maybe we shouldn't take this life that seriously.
Well, do ads might come back as the same ad, and it's just like, I don't know, their consciousness is reborn somehow.
Yes, somehow. Well, they didn't have a lot of thoughts swimming around in that head to begin with, right? Their thoughts were like, get rock, get food, get, fight.
But they get all sorts of messages from each other.
Yeah,
They always, whenever ants cross each other's paths, their antenna touch. And they get like little packets of information that way.
Oh my god. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's like scent.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, it's not just like food. It's like food this way or this kind of food.
Oh man, that's cool. Right, and they're all working collectively.
They always find it, like, they make a path and they like follow it to the sugar.
Oh my god. Ants. I don't know shit about life science, but ants seem like a very successful species to me.
Oh my god, yeah, ants are one of the biggest species on Earth. There's more mass in ants than there are humans. Ants are a very successful species. I mean, it depends on how you grade success. I mean, whales are gigantic. That's really cool, but there's not nearly as many of them.
I mean, yeah, like apex predators, we've mostly killed them, right?
Yeah.
There aren't many other than us.
Oh,
but
shit.
but if you're a little guy on this planet, you can make something of yourself. If you're
And
too
if you're
little,
10 billion little guys, you
Yeah.
could make a whole colony of yourself.
yeah, there's but there's got to be more than 10 billion ants. There's way more than that.
There's more than 10 billion ads.
There's got to be like 10 zillion ants.
There's definitely 10 zillion ads.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. I don't know if we can know how many.
No.
But there's way more ants than there are people.
Yes. But even if you were grading it based on like colonies and shit, there's probably more ants.
Yeah.
They seem very successful to me.
Do you think ants are intelligent? Like, we know they don't have brains, but do you think, like, if you consider them as like one organism, are they intelligent?
Right. As a single mind. I mean, it seems like they'd be as intelligent as their queen is.
I guess so.
The queen's prerogative is to breed. And then they all serve that. And then she decides where the nest goes, right?
I have no idea. I mean, I figured that other factors would probably decide where the nest goes. It thinks I died.
Wait, you died?
No, but it thinks I did.
Oh man.
It was weird.
Wow, nice job. Oh man. It played your death music, but you can still play like endlessly.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's glitchy.
Glitch on the stream. Very
Oh
nice.
no! Real death.
Real
All right,
death.
let's switch the game up.
Okay.
Do you want to play Bubble Bobble?
Sure. Yeah, let's get into
See if it's on this first.
let's get into sorry about the camera, I'm just popping the chat out. Let's get into
Things that
games that
freaked us out.
scared us. Yes. The games that scared us.
Are you serious? There's
There-
only part 2?
There was a fun bit in one of the Animorphs books where an ant became human and couldn't stop screaming because it was overwhelmed by individual consciousness. There's more mass from ants. I'm getting great ant trivia from Bonnethead Jill tonight. There's more mass from ants than all the buildings humans have made. Those are definitely heavier than we are. Bees win the popularity contest? Well, they're not population though, right? Population-wise, bees are in decline. That's at least that's what I've been led to believe by like NPR, by the tote bag carrying news reporters for the last 15 years.
Well, what does in decline mean? You don't know where they started, so
right.
They could still outnumber us by billions.
Right, but they experienced colony collapse because of a variety of environmental factors that are caused by man.
Yeah.
Right. So that maybe there's lots and lots of bees where people don't live. Although, from what I've heard, no bee is safe from the damage we are doing to their world.
I guess not.
But you know, we hear about bees because we really, really want bees to pollinate our vegetables and our fruits. We really do need them. So you hear about that a lot. I mean, what about how like every time I walk outside, I destroy an entire ant colony without even thinking about it?
Did they even care?
Do the ants care when you devastate their colony just by walking over it?
No, they don't care. They're like, oh, there's some new jobs. We could get jobs fixing this.
You don't. All right. What do we think? When you're just walking around and without meaning to at all, you just step on an ant colony and destroy it. Do the ants care? I mean, the ants must be programmed to be unhappy if their colony is destroyed. I mean, they put it right out there in the fucking open. They shouldn't do that. But
the NES is broken again.
No. Oh no. Yeah, they're more popular than ants. Right. They're not more populous than ants. They wouldn't win the populous Armageddon option.
Are you serious? Bees are more popular? I feel like ants are definitely, I mean, people hate bees.
Yeah, but people need bees. So if you have any sort of appreciation for flowers and fresh fruit and vegetables and agriculture, and you know, humans living, you love bees. You don't personally love bees, but globally you love bees, right? Whereas ants, you know, there are a few ants that bite, but for the most part, ants are kind of like human-like and cute to us, right?
I like ants. I think they remind me of humanity a little.
Yeah, they've got those powerful little torsos. They've got the two antennas that look like little hairs on top of their head. They've got, yeah, they're human looking. They look like humans. Ants did get 2 movies. That's right. In the same year, we got the 2 types of takes that you can have on ants. Right now, we're kind of doing a Woody Allen take, aren't we? But you can also have the take that ants are just like generic Pixar characters that like look dead behind the eyes. That's a version of ants too, if you'd like it. So basically, the only version of ants is that it's a colony full of city dwellers from whom Woody Allen feels completely alienated and can't stop commenting on. And then he leads a socialist revolution. Ants, you know, the bug. Woody Alien. Wait, is that what you wrote? Yes. I was like, am I just reading that? I also like that your username is highlighted green. Very alien appropriate. Oh, unfortunately, guys, we're having a lot of trouble with the NES tonight. As you can hear, Joe is hard at work, blowing on this thing. Getting games to play? Or are you still trying? We might be able to play that on Genesis.
Oh, that's true.
It's more scary this way though. So we're trying to play games that scare us. Woody Alien. I can't believe they never did that.
Woody Alien?
Yeah, like made a CG movie where Woody Allen was an alien.
Maybe they should have.
What would he be commenting on about outer space, about space babes?
He'd been talking about how he feels like an alien and none of the other aliens feel like aliens.
All these other aliens, they feel so at home, but I don't know. I just feel like an alien. Yeah, no, this is exactly the same movie as Ants. Ants, the better of the two 3D bug movies. I'm sorry to say. Even though it stars Woody Allen. Yeah, these technical difficulties are especially spooky because I'm praising the movie Ants while Joe works, as it seems, hopelessly on the project of getting the NES back up and running. What other cursed things can I defend on the stream? There's actually a third secret bug movie called Ant Bully. I've never seen that. That came out a few years later. But I know that it's about a bully that gets turned into an ant, which, really is a testament to how great that title is. The Ant Bully. Everything you need to know. Right there in the title. I guess the title doesn't include that he gets turned into an ant. It could just be a bully in an ant colony. But there are no bullies in an ant colony. Everybody is working cooperatively. So he must be a human that has been turned into an ant. Otherwise, I don't know what this title is talking about. Ant Bully Origins, right. And I just think of that video game Bully. Remember that? Where you're like, it's like a GTA. You're like running around being a bully in the schoolyard. It sounds fun. I've never played it. We're probably going to give up the ghost on this one pretty soon. Do you want to, yeah, let's play Resident Evil 2. All right, so we've never played Resident Evil 2 before, but we wanted to play a scary game.
Yeah. Ooh, who wants to play?
Why don't you play? Yeah, I'm a sitting duck with a game like this.
Okay.
But I would love to watch. I don't know which one it is. Oh, there you go. Yeah, no. The Ant Bully.
I just feel so alien. I mean, I know I am an alien. I know we are aliens, but
oh my god. Yeah. And yeah.
Well, DreamWorks was specifically trying to copy Pixar and make fun of them, which was genius, I guess.
Yeah, wait, is that really how it went?
They wanted to release a movie about ants first. They wanted to beat them.
They wanted to beat them? Well, look, given that was their goal, they still made the better movie. I'm sorry to say that Ants is better than A Bug's Life.
Is this still on?
No, you have to press this 3 times to get it going. It really is, I guess that's child safe, right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, because it gives me no pleasure to say it. But Ants is the better movie.
It's heating up still.
Yeah, it has to heat up. It vibrates in your hand when it's ready.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who's there we go. As someone who's probably defended Pixar more in the past 20 years, that movie is so much better than A Bug's Life.
Mm-hmm. Look, these are both stupid movies for babies that we're wasting our lives talking about.
I watched it like 15 times, though.
Oh man, I watched it a lot.
What is it about it?
About ants? When we were kids, we watched it a lot. I think it was because it's like got jokes in it. Like most animated movies don't have jokes in them.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Well, yeah, they were trying to beat Disney to the market, but they were also trying to like be better than Disney. And I guess like if you go back enough, Jeffrey Katzenberg also was working on Toy Story, and he wanted that to be like super edgy. And then like, you know, they didn't make it the way he told them to make it because it was turning out bad. But like then he went and made a company where everything was supposed to be like all super edgy.
Right. Right. Oh man. Okay. These are cutscenes. Oh hell yeah. Let's do it.
Normal or easy?
Oh, it's up to you. You get to choose what color blood too.
Leon or Claire?
Choose your poison.
Violence low, medium, or high?
Is there nothing higher than high?
No.
All right. I mean, yeah, red. What color is my blood?
Yeah, I don't think zombies have blue or green blood.
A bizarre incident occurred in the outskirts of an American suburb called Raccoon City. It was later revealed that the terrible disaster had been caused by the T virus.
You know, one guy could still make something like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Umbrella Incorporated.
This is not impossible to imagine making.
The Raccoon City Police Department's Special Stars Unit immediately began investigation in the affair. The case was apparently closed, thanks to the efforts of STARS members Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. But the Umbrella Corporation's experiments were far from finished.
Uh-oh. It had to be hard to get a bunch of cutscenes on the N64 cartridge.
Yeah. It is pretty impressive. It's all in 64 megabytes.
Wow.
Or maybe it's not even 64 megabytes. Maybe it's 64 megabits. I'm not sure.
It's a different metric.
Yeah, megabits is much lower than megabytes.
Well, either way, incredibly impressive. President's Evil 2. Nice one.
Guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me?
Yeah, I don't think it's actually that controversial to say Ants is better because isn't Bug's Life regarded as one of the worst Pixar movies?
I don't know. I think people don't really talk about it. I think it's mostly forgotten. More forgotten than disliked.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Like Cars is disliked because it was like a massive hit. Whereas like A Bug's Life, like who cares? I'm sure it did well, but who cares?
Yeah. Well,
Like, oh, I was just gonna say, in the blooper reel of Toy Story 2, they have the bugs get like squished by Toy Story.
yeah.
And I think that says it all. You know, these characters are like part of this world, but they're shitty, insignificant characters who we don't give a shit whether they live or die. They get squished by Buzz, who's walking by and doesn't even notice them there. And they scream in agony as they die.
Yeah. Outside of A Bug's Life we don't really care about them.
No.
It's not like you'd buy a toy of that, like Buzz.
No, of course not. They're not alive. They're not real.
What's going on?
That's so funny. That's so funny. Even Pixar can't even fucking pretend.
Right?
Yeah, first day on the job. Great, huh? Name's Leon Kennedy. Nice to meet you.
Mine's Claire Redfield. I came to find my brother Chris.
I don't think dialogue in cutscenes looks much better than this now. It still basically looks like this to me.
Yeah.
Hey, could you open the glove box?
Sure. There's a gun inside.
Better take it with you.
Is that zombie the same model as Leon?
It looks just like him, doesn't it?
It's got the same exact hair.
Is it supposed to be him?
I don't think so.
Still in one piece.
You know,
Um,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna talk more about Pixar.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just gonna say the cinematography is enough to carry this, you know? The graphics are not impressive at all, but like, the way it cuts around is, you know, very competently cinematic, and
Yeah.
it must have looked so fucking cool in its time.
I mean, it probably looks better than what we have now because it's blurry as fuck.
Right. So you don't even see all the bad details.
Okay,
Oh, this
I'm
looks
playing.
cool though. This looks cool.
Shoot him! No!
Oh no, you're just instantly
Game
getting
doesn't
eaten.
just not tell you how to play at all.
Nice, I love it. You just gotta figure it out, and they're coming from the foreground too. Get the fuck out of there. Wow, I love it. You just play. You just watch the video, a very long video, and then play. Begin.
Okay, R. No!
I love a video game that says begin, and then it leaves you alone. That is what every video game should do. This fucking rules.
Bullets.
Oh no. I'm sure you're meant to be out of bullets at some point.
I mean, you're meant to die. The bullets in, well, as far from what I've played, I never played this game, but from what I've played, the bullets are really rare in Resident Evil games, which I guess I didn't realize. I forgot, and now I
Oh.
remembered.
Oh, wow. The bullets have value, huh?
Yeah, sometimes they're everywhere, but other times you can never find them.
Wow. So many games just have unlimited bullets.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I love this.
I thought you were one of them.
What's going on in this town?
Hold on. I don't have a clue.
Yeah, like
By the time I noticed
the backgrounds are rendered, but like it blends really well on this TV.
Yeah. It looks awesome. It's just like I love, you can see why people are making games that look like this now,
Yeah.
because you actually can get some very compelling acting, not because it's realistic, but because it's like so unrealistic, it's more like cartoons.
What should be safe
Yeah.
inside here. I'm keeping a close eye on things.
It's like the lack of realism is what draws you to these characters.
But it wasn't the draw also kind of that it was more realistic than any other game you've played?
Yes, but it reached a good medium here.
Yeah.
It improved just enough to give you sort of mechanical movements that you could kind of figure out what they represented.
Yeah.
And you were still very limited. The trend in games seems to be moving towards limitless games. And, you know, it's gotten to a point where, like, a lot of the major releases, people are in disbelief that any developer would attempt something so endless. so impossible to find the border of, you know, to see the seams or the wall in which it's enclosed. That you know, the word about these games, the word that these games inspire is developers are scared that this is what is going to be expected of games, to be completely limitless. And that only, you know, a $1 billion developer could make something like that.
Yeah. Bullets again.
Oh man. But the limit that this presents is... Oh, nice. Nice. Oh man. I love the way I love the way the frame rate kind of varies. I don't know if that's like a technological choice or like those little cutscenes of the creature, the zombie falling over. It plays at like a different frame rate. It looks great.
I wonder if that's mocap.
Could be. This era's art style is really popular with horror game makers right now, like indie devs. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. I have seen... Oh man, that rules. That death screen, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. He's just like fucking your head as the camera like twirls out above you. Awesome. I can totally see why people are working with this aesthetic, because it has that like uncanny feeling, you know, of like just barely realistic looking.
Bizarre incident.
And it's got a lo-fi feel, and lo-fi can really add to the sense of horror in an image or a sound, you know, or a way something moves can really add to the horror of it. I can totally see that. Do you roughly know like how many bullets they need, or is it all different?
I mean, it looks like 3 to knock them over, and then maybe like 3 more to kill them.
Right. So I guess you could conserve them based on how long you need to run to the next.
Not even shoot them, just like avoid them if possible.
It seems like it's harder to do, but possible. Oh, I see.
So
They'll
I
just
get to this place, and then I'm safe.
Yeah. They'll just follow you into the next scene, right?
Can I not?
Freeze!
Have to trigger this cutscene.
Yeah.
Who are you?
You can't skip
What are
it,
you
I
doing here?
guess.
Yeah, and obviously, like,
human.
it's possible for like just a regular person with no money to make something kind of like this. You know,
I
like,
guess.
right? Like the assets are out there, and
I thought you were one of them.
the ability to
What's going on in this town?
design everything yourself, or at least close to that, is there, right?
I don't have a clue.
The
By the
engines
time I
allow
noticed
people
something was wrong,
to program things
the
like this
entire
pretty
city was
efficiently.
infested with zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's so compelling about low poly, is that it's within reach of people who want to build games from their passions.
I don't know though. Like this game, like this series was made by Capcom, who was making games for like generations before this. And like I guess they were also pretty new with this 3D stuff at the time. But I don't know if like anyone could really just make a game like this, even though it does seem like you could probably make the graphics yourself. But like,
Right.
could you really? Could you design the whole game?
Could you design a game like this? Well, yeah, you would still have to be a talented game designer.
Yeah.
This rules.
Still twitching.
Right. Hard to tell if he's like really dead or if he's gonna get
Oh,
up and...
I knew someone was gonna. Oh yeah, because you have to do this. And then you can get these bullets. Okay, I have a lot of bullets.
Oh, you just need to equip them.
I don't know.
You just got a lot this time.
Oh, right, because I chose easy mode. It gave me a lot of bullets.
Yeah, it's true that like you could make these models, but could you make this game? I mean, that's always the question, right? But a lot of people are very good at game design. Like they intuit what is good about game design, or they have already made a bunch of games while they're teenagers, and now they're ready to make a mature work like this. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that was oh my god, I always bring up Jordan Mechner, but like that was his whole deal. Like he made games when he was like 16, and later on when he was successful with Karataka, John Romero wrote to him and was like, "Well, hello there, good sir. I'm 16, and I'm an enterprising young game designer myself, and I just wanna know, how did you do this? Did you do it this way, or did you do it that way? You're some clever guy, my friend. Well, anyway, I hope you'll see my games soon." And like that letter still exists, right? You do get excellent game designers out of people who've been doing it since they were children. Yeah, you know, like people who can actually envision a game like this. Yeah.
So you're saying the person who could make a game like this, they've also been making games for decades.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
They've been
true.
making
Yeah.
games since they were children.
I can imagine, and I have faith in whoever that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can make your own version of this. I mean, I suppose your own version, perhaps, or just like something completely new. Like, I feel like this art style has potential beyond what's been done with it in the short window where people were using it.
It's true. There was just a couple of years where things looked like this, and it's like a golden time now.
No.
This looks so awesome. I can't get over it. Like not just how impressive for its time it looks, but like how well it holds up. It's true. Yes, this is a very good point from Bonnet Head Jill, that it's also quicker now to make a game in this style since the game conventions are established, whereas Capcom had to figure it out for the first time. Absolutely. It's true that you do get a lot of game design prodigies who are just recreating their favorite game. I mean, that's what I was doing. Not that at my young prodigal age of 36, I released my very first video game. But my first entry into gaming was basically recreating a game that I like. And now I feel like my next version of it is going to be, an iteration that actually employs my own game design skills that I've learned from. I love the set here. My own skills that I learned from making one game, I can now apply to a new game and make something more unique. So you really do need to make a few games before you can come up with something truly unique. The kind of thing that people still are replicating years later. Oh man, oh, you're limping. I wonder how many hours this game takes to beat. I'd be curious to know how long this game is.
I have no idea. If it's anything like Resident Evil 4, it'll go on forever.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I expect this game to go on forever.
Wow. Won't they run out of memory?
I don't even know where to go. I don't even know where to limp.
Man, I forget that like there were so many games on these consoles that did not have a fully 3D world.
Yeah.
I mean, this reminds me of Final Fantasy, like
Right.
the PlayStation 1 era Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's like, I guess the 3D world is invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Because well, they put the, I guess they put the model into the game, but not like the, renderable model.
Right. Yeah, they're not gonna make it twice. It's just a flat image of the model where the camera is turned to it.
And then like pieces like this where they overlap.
Oh yeah, they do a little masking.
Yeah, it's a cool look. I could definitely see that coming back in indie games.
Mm-hmm.
Where's all the herbs?
This game's looking pretty dark on the stream.
Yeah, it does look really dark.
Yeah, but it looks even dark. Yeah, on the screen. Unfortunately,
I'm dead.
you're dead. I wonder if I
No.
can change the settings on this at all.
I never even got to a save point.
Oh no! Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna see if I can turn up the brightness. Do you want to keep playing it?
Yeah, let's play something else.
All right. I'm gonna turn up the brightness just a little bit though. There we go. That sound ruled. It's like a very sensual zombie.
All right, what else was... I don't know if it's going to work, but Majora's Mask is kind of a creepy game.
All right. Games that scared us. Volume 1.
Well, I don't know if any of these games really scared us. The thing is that the NES hasn't been working, and I think the NES is pretty uncanny. Of all the consoles, wouldn't you say it's one of the scariest?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Although I could play a little Mario 64, which I think has something about it is very uncanny. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah, let's play a little Mario 64 for our scary games night.
Yes. Well, here, let me find it. Let's ask the chat, and if they agree that Super Mario 64 is one of the creepier games.
Yeah,
creepy,
what do you guys
isn't it?
think? All right. I do think there is something creepy about Super Mario 64. And watching Mario 64 speedruns.
Mario! Hello!
Watching Mario 64 speedruns only confirm that for me.
Yeah.
Because it opens up the hood a little bit and looks at the mechanical aspects of the game, which
Yeah.
always scares me to see the inside of a robot. And I think, this shit's scary, right?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly.
So when I was a child, I was terrified of Balome from Super Mario RPG.
Oh, yeah.
I
that's
thought he was really creepy, and I thought he was going to show up in this game.
Oh my god.
I was terrified of
God.
that.
Wow.
Yeah. And he never does. And in fact, nothing from Super Mario RPG ever appeared in any other Mario game,
No.
like Geno or Mallow.
No, Balome has never shown his face again.
He's great though. I mean, he was scary, but I also learned to love him because he's like a hammy villain that shows up a couple times, and like he's like Ultros. He's like, whew, Ooh,
Yeah.
don't tease the octopus.
Yes.
Like, he's funny.
Yes.
He eats you, and then he rates you like a restaurant. He says if you were good or bad.
Yeah, have you tasted good?
So like there's some disturbing, not disturbing, just like kind of odd levels in this game where I thought he was gonna show up, like pipe or water based levels.
Oh my god, that's scary. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that looks better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, that's a killer. Yeah, 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 yeah. You can have him.
What a trap! I feel like Bugs Bunny shot that guy from the stage one time. I feel like they did that character a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Just someone laughing in the audience.
Yeah, it was like an elephant or something. Or a hippopotamus.
Yeah, it was a hippo. That's a killer. Oh, you can have him.
Yeah, yeah.
What's that even mean?
Yeah, just some stupid guy saying dumb things, dumb cliche things, like saying memes out loud in the 1930s. Like just the dumbest guy the animators at Warner Brothers have ever heard in the theater. like we gotta get Mel Blanc to do that voice. Maybe it's Mel Blanc's most hated audience. You know, he bared his whole heart for us.
Yeah, he probably came up with the character because he was doing the laugh.
Yeah.
They just put it in a cartoon.
Right, he was probably making people laugh. Laugh with the worst laugh he can think of. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sure there were Mel Blanc characters that had personal significance to him, right?
Maybe.
Or was he just like coming up with them as he went, like as they needed them?
Well, I don't know. I always wonder about like certain characters in Looney Tunes that like it seems like they might be quoting something or they're a reference to something. Like I found out that the "Hey Grandma" was based on like an actress and like her appearance and voice.
Yeah, I've definitely read that before on the internet somewhere.
Yeah.
But they took the essence of her and made it and turned it into a cartoon.
Yeah.
And you know, in doing so, they preserved what was great about her for future generations.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't come up with that. They just recognized how funny it was, right?
Yeah. They did a lot of shit that was like the thing you were talking about before, where like Groucho Marx is like lighting Katharine Hepburn's foot on fire, and she's like, "Oh." Right. You don't have to know who Katharine Hepburn is as a kid to like laugh your ass off at that woman. Oh. Or what's his name? The guy who's just like, well, now I've seen everything. Peter Lorre.
Yeah, Peter Lorre.
I haven't seen such a beautiful bubble since I was a child.
Oh fuck!
They did
That's
that.
the
They did
best
that
one.
so many times
Oh my
in
God.
so many cartoons
Oh.
across decades and generations.
There's one that you stopped seeing around like the year like 1998 of like a fish looking at something crazy in a cartoon and turning to you and becoming Peter Lorre and then saying, "Well, now I've seen everything, folks." And he puts a massive handgun to his head and fires. And the cartoon ends. So they would just like cut that. They would just show you the fish. They'd just show you the fish and they'd be like, "Well, now I've seen everything." And they'd cut right there.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like do you know the one with like Elmer Fudd is like a Mountie?
I don't know.
He's like well, Mr. Wabbit, you can make before you die, they're gonna like execute him.
Is this a Bob Clampett?
It's Frizz
like
Freeling.
fat? Oh, okay. He's all right. He's just he's like house style Elmer, right?
Yeah.
He's not like bowling pin shape.
Oh wait, he is fat. He's kind of fatter in this.
Really?
Yeah. He is a fat guy in this cartoon.
It's like a late era, like a Fritz Freeling or like.
Yeah, I think it's Frizz Freeling, yeah.
I don't remember.
But like, he's like, well, Mr. Wabbit, before you die, you can make one last wish. And Bugs is like, I wish I was in Dixie. Hooray, hooray,
yeah.
black. It just like goes black, like we don't know what happens.
Oh, right. I used to remember what this was because I remember seeing this cartoon like on a video or something. He wishes he was in Dixie. Yeah, I think then somebody gets shot in the head like after that, but I don't know who.
That's what I thought, but actually, the most bizarre thing happens. They all like turn into racist caricatures and they're all in Dixie.
Okay, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, we never saw that on TV.
It must have been horrible.
I always thought that exact same thing as you. I thought that they shot him.
They must have
when
shot
he's,
him.
They shot him in the face while he was singing or something.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, yeah, no. By the time I was a child, they already knew that was terrible. Like,
And they cut the cartoon right there.
yeah. But we can still show this. Well, it's perfectly fine until the end.
Yeah, it's like
When
when
it's
you
the
have
worst
some.
thing you've ever seen.
It's like when you have some mold on a bread, or you just like cut it
Yeah,
off.
you just cut it off. It's a good slice of bread. It's fine. Yeah, no, it doesn't have the shape anymore of bread, but like, it's fine. It's not
I mean, we're still
confusing.
gonna eat it,
We're still-
obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, no. We're not gonna bury this cartoon, or at least, take it off of a compilation of cartoons for kids during the day on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I mean, your kids are like, wait, what happens? And you're just like, go to bed.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a kind of cartoon that like should only exist for archival purposes, Like it should only be broadcast to people with a disclaimer,
And we should ruin it by putting a disclaimer
Well,
on
look, it deserves to have a fucking disclaimer, but like also, it should never be shown to children, and like the fact that they just dusted it off, slapped it on a show for kids that we saw all the time.
Yeah, we've
all the
seen this
time.
plenty of times, and when we got older, we realized that there was something that was supposed to be there.
Well, I'm glad I never looked into it, I suppose. But like, oh man, just like it never would have occurred to me at the time, even if I knew it was supposed to be something else. Like, why didn't they just show another cartoon?
I mean, I don't know. I would cut the mold off of that one personally.
Wait, is it a good? It's a Fritz Freeling, so they're not all like that good. Is it good?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh my
It's a
God.
classic Elmer and Bugs cartoon.
Okay.
It makes like $100 for the network every year. We need it. We're cutting off the mold.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I have no idea. And so does everyone else. No one knows what streaming services make. I imagine that cartoon is on some streaming service, right?
At this point, maybe. I mean,
Unless it's one of those public domain cartoons.
well, it probably is on the Looney Tunes DVD, but
Yeah.
they definitely warn you in like on that collection if you're going
Yeah.
if you're going to watch something that is like of cultural significance and kept intact. But surely this cannot go unremarked.
I mean, yeah, they should have at the beginning just a disclaimer over the whole series, because you never know when it's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah, you never know. They just show it at the beginning when you turn the DVD on. They tell
Yeah.
you, they tell you like many of the scenes depicted in these cartoons are morally wrong.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't have been done.
Yeah, there's like jokes about Native Americans. There's jokes about blackface.
Yeah.
It all just like randomly happens. And like in that one Tex Avery cartoon with the opera singer, there's like 5 in a row that they
Oh
cut
my
out
God.
and
I
like
know.
a huge chunk of the cartoon is missing.
Oh my God, I know, man. That was such a fucking bummer to me when I revisited that cartoon, like in adulthood. Like I was just like, oh, there's no cutting through all this. Oh boy. What a bummer. Anyway.
Yeah, there was like a really overused joke too of like a symbol falls on someone's head. They even do that in Snow White. And no, we're not getting rid of it. We're not getting rid of the part where Dopey puts a symbol on his head.
Oh, you're right.
There's no way to get rid of it. We're not changing it.
No.
It's not in the focus of the frame. It's out of the
Yeah,
corner.
no, you're right. Disney doesn't apologize for that one. I've
No.
never seen them apologize
No
for that
apology.
one.
We're not going to say this movie is now marked. We're not saying that.
Not about Snow White. Not about Snow White.
Not about Snow White.
You're absolutely right. Fuck.
I mean, look, we didn't even know about that. We just found out.
Well, we found out after the fact, but it's kind of fucked up that we were shown those images. Like,
But like Disney doesn't even know about that. They just found out too.
they just found out too. Right. And they're like, I think we can get away with not talking about this.
Yeah, let's not mention it.
Let's not mention it because it's just gonna start a culture war.
There's
People
no
are-
Twitter thread yet.
Yeah, people are going to be screaming about it like the second anybody draws like one moment's attention to it.
Well, no, look, they're working on it. They're making Snow White, and they're fixing that.
Oh, no, you're right.
They're
They're-
going to do that scene, but without the symbol.
Right, they're gonna do it shot by shot except for that shot. It's going to be missing one shot.
It'll be it'll be conspicuous. It'll be focused on in a different way, right? So you know something was changed.
Right. I mean, I can't even begin to speculate on the cynical ways with which they would approach anything like this. I just think it's so funny that there would be like a portfolio Disney has of like racist things in their movies that like, each one is like categorized by like how much of their problem it needs to be right now.
Yeah.
And like what the general consensus about it is. Like they have people on Twitter like searching for, search terms every week to like make sure they understand the temperature behind all of their movies. And
Yeah.
then they act appropriately based on that temperature at all times. What a balancing act to own more than 100 years of intellectual property. There's shit that's over 100 years old that they own, right?
Maybe. Do they actually have things that are 100 years old, or do those fall into public domain?
So I've heard that some aspect of Steamboat Willie is in the public domain now.
Okay.
But I don't think you can make a DVD of Steamboat Willie and sell it.
Okay.
And I don't know why. Maybe somebody can clarify how Steamboat Willie is somehow public domain, but also like you really can't do anything with it.
Well, I mean, that shit is all trademarked, which has nothing to do with copyright. It's like completely different. So you might not be able to do anything with Mickey Mouse, who is a trademark.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't like Superman a trademark? And there's all those public domain cartoons about Superman.
Well, I would assume that you can put Steamboat Willie on a DVD. They just don't want you to think you can.
Right. Well, I mean, not that anyone would make a DVD of that now. Like,
No,
I don't think there's any more market for like grandma fooling cartoon compilations.
No, there's just those like fake cartoon cute, and it's like you could watch any cartoon on it.
Oh my god.
It's like Kiss Anime or, you know, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, so who cares? But for whatever reason, like Mickey Mouse is so old now. Mickey Mouse is over 100 years old.
Yeah.
And he will never not be owned by the Disney Corporation. Right? It's like somebody owning Moses. Somebody owning Adam and Eve.
I mean, I guess. Wasn't Mickey Mouse just like a dime a dozen cartoon character that there was like trillions of?
Yeah, well, yeah, but none of them stuck around like Mickey.
Yeah.
Right? Who do you remember? Bosco?
I mean, Porky Pig has not held up nearly as well as Mickey.
No, it's true.
He was done in 1940. He was done. They were over him.
Yeah.
They wanted Bugs.
They wanted Bugs. Oh, really? Did they stop making Porky Well, there's like
I mean, they didn't especially focus on him anymore, did they?
No. Like when it was a Bugs Bunny cartoon, eventually they wouldn't show Porky Pig at the end of a Bugs Bunny cartoon anymore. Bugs would be at the end of his own cartoon.
Yeah.
Right?
He would just sit there being like, that's the end.
Yeah. Porky did not take the spotlight.
No, he didn't take it back. He became Daffy's sidekick.
Right. Well, yeah. Porky is Daffy's subordinate, like professionally and in the fictional stories they're in, right? Like the real Daffy Duck and Porky Pig, like their relationship is like shit, I'm already forgetting their names. Cousin Greg from Succession and his daddy, God damn it, I've already forgotten his name. That show was my lifeblood for months, for years. I've completely fucking forgotten the name of Tom Wamsgans. Thank you. Tom and Greg. That's Daffy and Porky Pig. Where Daffy's just like, you know, in Daffy's voice, he's like, "You're my bitch. You're my little bitch.
You're my bitch. Say it. Good enough."
Oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, and the fact is that not only was Daffy not the star, actually this is kind of like Larry Sanders. It's like Larry and oh my god, holy shit, help me, Hank, Larry and Hank, right?
I don't think so. I don't think Porky's anything like Hank.
No, this is Bugs and Daffy, right? Because like Hank, not only is Hank the lesser talent, but he's more of a diva. Right?
Yes.
Right? That's Daffy. He is real mad about his contract, but
Yes.
he ain't no fucking star like Bugs. So
Right.
that's why his contract's not very good.
Well, the pecking order is Porky, Daffy, Bugs, right? It's like they had their star in Porky, and then they decided to go with Daffy, and then Bugs was just the duck in a rabbit suit.
Oh man. Yeah, Bugs just blew through there and took over.
Yeah, and it all happened so fast. I mean, I don't even know. I know Bugs was around in like 1940. I don't even know when Daffy started. But yeah, that must have stung. It's like someone who's like me but better, and he's basically just doing my job now. And like they tell me I'm still here. They tell me I'm still here. But how many of you see a cartoon with me without Porky next to me? And like Porky is happy just to be in anything.
Sure, because Porky really, he has a realistic idea about how much talent he has, and he likes his relationship with the Warner Corporation just fine. Daffy thinks he deserves more than he gets. He should be counting his lucky stars. Like, he's not even doing the wacky thing anymore. He's just pissed off all the time about Bugs.
Yeah, he's always like Hank. He's always renegotiating his deal.
Yes. Oh, he's so mad. He's so mad that there's nothing else he can offer the studio. Like Daffy stops being a goofy trickster and is just mad about Bugs. That's his whole role. Occasionally he's in a shitty cartoon where he's mad about some other character, like Speedy Gonzales.
Oh my God, even Bugs didn't want to be next to him anymore.
No, Bugs is in like one Speedy cartoon, right? It's not a very good one.
Yeah.
Bugs is there's a few choice cartoons where Bugs is the villain and it's funny. Like the turtle and the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
Is really funny. Where Bugs is the villain. They found a hero who is pure of heart, more pure of heart than Bugs, and makes Bugs act egotistical and full of himself.
Yeah. Yeah, they got Bugs on a bad day where he's like, he sees this toidle and he can't stand that he's second at something. This is exactly what Daffy went through. This is the exact same thought process. Like, what's wrong with me? I'm the real star. I'm the winner.
That's right. And he starts revealing things about himself that are like deficits in an attempt to make himself seem like the better of the two.
Yeah.
He just looks crazy.
Yeah, he thinks he can trick the turtle. He's like, check this out. And the turtle is like completely wise to his like disguise.
Yes. And so the cartoon starts with Bugs coming out and checking out the title card. And he's like, yeah, what kind of stupid fucking cartoon are you guys making over here? Yeah, let me just check this out because I'm Bugs. I can just do this. I can just walk onto your set and be like, what are they doing over here today? And he reads this thing and he reads it very leisurely, like, what's this say up here? Toidle beats hair. Toidle beats hair. How about that? That's fun. Toidle beats hair! And suddenly he's upset about it. He wastes so much time even just figuring out that something is a threat to him because it seems so unlikely.
Yeah.
When he finds out that this is what the cartoon is about, that's when he goes into like an absolute crazed mode where he like, if I'm thinking of the same cartoon.
There's actually two.
Yes. So there's one where he welds himself a turtle suit that will cheat. And there's another one where the turtle is cheating.
Right. The one you were talking about where he's just like, what's this? That's the first one. And then the second one is the one where he's like obsessively rewatching the race on a projector. He's watching the first cartoon over and over, trying to see what went wrong. And he's so mad. He's like the maddest he's ever been. And how does he do it?
Oh my God, he's consumed by it. I love it. It's a real sequel. They didn't do a lot of continuity stories in Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
That cartoon must have been so loved in its time. It was so unusual, Bugs being a villain like that.
Yeah, you almost never see that. And like there's like all the rabbits are betting on him.
That's right. All the other bunnies are betting on him.
And we don't even think the toidle will finish, do we, boys? No, boss. No. Yeah, that one's great. I love that cartoon. Who directed that one? Was that Bob Clampett?
That's gotta be Clampett.
Yeah. It's very expressive.
Oh my God.
Everything, every single like,
Oh my god.
like
Oh my God.
angry screaming
That's right.
face.
Bugs looks so foul in this cartoon. Like he's sitting there in the dark watching and like chewing on his carrot, and like the video ends and he spits all of his carrot out before he starts talking. And he destroys the film projector. He's so mad.
Yeah, he can't stand it.
I got an athlete's fizzy cue. I even got athlete's foot.
Yeah, he's thinking about like, you know, what he's good at. And you know, in the fable it's the same, where the rabbit doesn't think he even has to try.
Right.
And now try all with all of his might, and he can't beat this stupid fucking turtle. Against the laws of nature.
Oh man, I forgot about like the rabbit mob that are ready to kick his ass when he gets to the end.
That's another one they
Right,
censor.
You're a title, right? He's like
Title.
they're smashing him with like a big club, or are they shooting him in the face?
They're hitting him with a club, or they're hitting him with like a hammer, and his like head is retreating into the shell.
Right.
Title. Title.
Oh my god. And the turtle's like, yep, that's right. That's the turtle.
Yep, and he's dressed as a rabbit.
As a rabbit in like a little bunny suit.
I told you rabbits weren't very bright.
Oh man, and then they pick him up and they're like, he's a jolly good fellow. They just like carry off the turtle like he's one of
And
his
then
own.
that was another one where they censored it at the end. He's like, what are you doing? He takes off the turtle costume. I'm a rabbit!
right.
And they kill themselves.
Oh right. They kill themselves because I guess they lost so much money.
Yeah, now he tells us.
Oh, right, because they're about to get it when they have to come up with all that money, right? Oh man. Yeah, well the context of that wouldn't have really made any sense to us when we were kids. Oh, though we definitely saw them shoot themselves in the head. I don't remember if we saw that on TV or like on a DVD later or what, but
Yeah, I remember seeing that once. It probably was on TV.
yeah, it was probably on TV, on Nickelodeon in
They
the
should have,
90s.
they might have shown it on Toonheads. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah. That was like when Cartoon Network was for like old nerds.
Yeah.
It was just like for old nerds. It was like reruns of the Flintstones and shit.
It was like
that.
really late they would play that.
Yeah. No, for sure. They would play like the uncensored ones at night. I think that's probably where we saw it. Oh my god. Edgy ass Looney Tunes cartoons from another era.
Yeah. Well, there was stuff that wasn't even like considered edgy, right? Was it even like that joke with so it's like a realistic frog. It's like, here we have a frog croaking, pulls a gun out and shoots
Yes.
himself.
Right, really fast too.
And I feel like that wasn't even considered edgy. They apologized for the corniness of the joke.
Right.
in that scene.
Exactly. Yeah, they're self-aware about how corny the joke is. Well, no. They made these cartoons during World War II. You think anybody was looking at that like that was not the worst thing they were seeing?
Yeah, that's probably true. It was more edgy to read the news.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
Although there was a lot of World War II and news and like reality in some of those cartoons during that era.
Yeah, in the cartoons, for sure.
They'd have Daffy kill Hitler. They have Bugs kill Hitler. They'd have Hitler die from Gremlins.
The
which is
Gremlins kill Hitler.
Great cartoon.
Oh, Gremlins from the Kremlin. That is like one of the greatest Looney Tunes cartoons ever, and one that like you need to watch on the internet because I don't think they've ever aired that on TV in our life. But it's like the little Gremlins from the Bugs Bunny cartoon, which is also a Bugs Bunny villain cartoon that Bob Clampett made.
Yeah.
Where Bugs is dealing with these gremlins on his airplane, sabotaging.
Yeah, that's another one where Bugs is bad.
Yeah,
He's
another one
like,
where Bugs is bad.
He's unsympathetic to the little gremlin.
To the little guys, yeah. And then there's another cartoon with those gremlins. There's not just the one. There's like 100 of them, and a lot of them are drawn like the faces of the animators at the studio. The cartoon, I haven't watched it in many years, but the cartoon begins with what I want to say is like a 60-second long monologue of Hitler speaking in fake German.
Yeah.
Like the most animated Bob Clampett shit you can possibly imagine watching. He's just Achtung Schnozzle and like just getting like furiously mad and like flicking his hair from his sweaty face and like pointing and raving and like showing his giant teeth. And then, you know, at the end being like, yeah, we really mean it too, you know, something like that. And right, oh no, it's like Führer, are you suggesting that you personally will fly the plane? And he's like, meh, who else? And then they show like a newspaper headline where it's like Führer to fly the jet, and it's playing like fast and goofy like.
It's like playing with a sour note.
Yes. And then the next scene is Hitler already in like the visor of the plane, and like you see the clouds moving past him, like he's already in a jet plane, like you're just seeing it from the outside, and he's just sitting there with his shoulders, like you don't even see his hands piloting the plane. You just see him in there all shoulders, like looking around angrily, and just like the sound of the jet flying, and he's just like looking around observantly. It's definitely like the kind of thing that, you know, that grotesquerie that like later on like Ralph Bakshi and John Kay and you know, all the Nicktoons that followed kind of latched onto like that grotesquerie of those like you know, highly detailed illustrations that were like interacting with animation.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of those in that, like a realistic drawing of Hitler's face while all the gremlins are like climbing all around
And just his eyes are animated.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, like that kind of stuff. Like we're definitely still laughing at that aesthetic like 100 years later.
Yeah.
And so then like we see the gremlins in the getting on the plane, and they're singing, "We're gremlins from the Kremlin, da 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 da," and they're singing kind of emotionlessly. You know, it's probably just like Mel Blanc like 20 times singing with himself. And they, you know, they're like, "We're here, we're there, we're everywhere, we're in the Nazis' hair," and there's like a drawing of them all like popping out of Hitler's hair.
Yeah.
We're the little men who weren't there. And yeah, and they get into all kinds of shenanigans before Hitler notices them. And you know, he's like, when he sees them, he's like, "A Kremlin from the Kremlin," and just like, you know, grabs one of them, and he instantly like pokes his eye with a needle or something.
He like chases one of them, and then they surprise him with a mask of Stalin, and he screams.
Right. He screams like he has like a high pitched scream when he sees Stalin. All kinds of goofs and gags like that. I remember at one point it's really funny. Hitler like pulls out a knife. You know what I'm talking about? And by then his hair is all fucked up, and he's been driven to absolute rage by the gremlins. Well, I mean, he's always
just noticed it, and then he pulls out a knife immediately.
Yeah, right.
A Kremlin from the Kremlin.
Right, that's
pulls
when he
his
pulls out the
knife
knife.
out.
He's a killer. Oh my god. And then, all right, I'm trying to remember how this cartoon ends. Because, you know, obviously when these cartoons get into it, they're no longer as a story. There's just like beat after beat after beat of hilarious jokes. And then, so what do I remember? I remember one where there's this gremlin who's like, I'm only 2.5 years old, and like grabs the like the A rating off of the front of the plane and replaces it with another letter that I don't understand the difference. And, and Hitler is like shocked at that.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, doesn't he like get tied up and like sent out of the hatch of the plane? Like tied to a bomb.
What happens to him? I think they plug an electrical thing into him, and he like turns into like a swastika light bulb.
Right.
And then the plane crashes, and he says, "Nazis are the craziest people."
That's right. And then he gets malleted one more time, like they knock him over one more time. Oh man, boy, did I watch that cartoon a lot. You know what? I feel like I needed to watch that cartoon a lot. Like, maybe this is what your Hitler cartoon did for kids who needed to deal with how they felt about Hitler, who just like wanted to see Hitler beaten up and humiliated. Like there had to be a way that like you could not see Hitler as like the scariest person you could possibly imagine. That you could diminish his power somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you're dealing with something like hate is when it's especially about being hated by Hitler. I mean, it's a little different when you're making a cartoon about the war. But like, you know, I'm sure a lot of the Jewish guys who worked on those cartoons felt very strongly about Hitler. There's actually a really old cartoon, like in black and white, where they reference Hitler. And like, yeah.
Before he had completely risen to power.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's mad old. It's like a Friz Freleng cartoon. You know, Friz Freleng's Jewish, Leon Schlesinger is Jewish, Mel Blanc is Jewish.
Yeah.
Bob Clampett, I don't think he's Jewish, but you know, a lot of those guys who made that cartoon are Jewish.
Yeah. They
And yeah, like how could we make something like Hitler's hate less terrifying? I mean, yeah, like by showing him as this caricature who's just like completely insane. He's just like completely like angry. He's like, bomb in Moscow, bomb in Stalin.
Right, that he just wants to explode everybody and stab everybody.
Sending the greatest pilot in the world.
Right.
It's like, yeah, like, you know, he's nothing to you, an artist, right? Like he's a failed artist. It's like you could easily do an impression of him.
Yes.
Mel Blanc could make fun of him.
Yeah.
This is like Hitler would see Mel Blanc and not even think about how, like, it wouldn't even take any time to kill Mel Blanc. He's like this little Jewish guy. He'd be so
His
dead.
only power is that he can make people laugh.
Yeah, he'd be like, excuse me, and like, you know, he'd be doing a funny voice.
He would already be dead.
He'd be dead. Yeah, they'd just throw him into an oven.
Oh my god. So this is the power you had over Hitler.
Yeah. But like Hitler could never do that to them. You know, he's
Make
never
great
going
art
to beat
about them.
I mean, he's never going to beat America in a war, and he's never going to stop these Jewish guys from laughing at him, no matter how many Jews he kills.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And that makes him madder than we are mad at him. Right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was so mad, he rage quit in his bunker.
Yeah. Well, I wonder about that. Like, you know, I'm sure Hitler would never have a taste for those Looney Tunes, but he loved Disney, and how must that have felt when suddenly Hitler's hero Donald Duck started making fun of him?
That's pretty funny. It didn't even, that didn't even occur. He loves Donald Duck.
I mean, I'm making that part up, but like, I'm just saying, like, he probably was aware that Disney made a cartoon about Donald Duck dressing up as him and saying Heil Hitler in a mustache.
Yeah. Right.
And like before that, Hitler genuinely liked Disney.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like,
What did
must
he-
have been weird.
Did he write about it in Mein Kampf? How much he loved Disney and missed watching Disney movies at the theater.
I mean, you know, just like a lot of my facts, I don't really have the source for this, but apparently he wrote Disney at one point.
He wrote to him.
Yeah.
Is that why Walt Disney is considered a Nazi sympathizer, or is there some other reason?
I don't know anything about that, actually.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think Walt Disney was a Nazi sympathizer because he made a lot of propaganda films about why we should beat the Nazis. Although wait, you know, sympathy is the word I would use to describe one of them. It's a really good one. I mean, I think all of Disney's propaganda films are great, but there's a short one called Education for Death about the life of a Nazi boy who grows up brainwashed and eventually dies in a war. And I do think there's sympathy for the Nazi because
Right.
it showed how there's really no escape from what they want to turn him into.
Right.
They show him as a little boy and it's sympathetic. It's
Right.
like poor little Hans they could only choose between three boy names, Hans, Fritz, and Hitler, you know, like whatever.
And Adolf.
But yeah, like it shows how like in school they beat it out of him to be kind and compassionate and to believe that the strongest shall prevail over the weakest, blah blah blah. And like, you know, at the end of the cartoon he dies. He becomes a grave.
Right.
So I do think maybe Disney did have a little compassion for Nazis. I don't know if he sympathized with Hitler or his ideology.
He sympathized with the
It seems like
Germans.
it seems like he was against their ideology and wouldn't probably wouldn't make those films if he agreed with their ideology. Although some people say he was an anti-Semite, and I don't know anything about that.
I have heard that he was an anti-Semite. But I don't know. I don't have a source on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think there were a bunch of Jewish guys working at Disney, but you know, he was probably a sexist, and he also hired women, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like somebody like Walt Disney, my sense about it, without looking up anything at all, is that he was a businessman and he would not prevent any personal politics that he might have from interfering with his ability to do business. And he probably did do things that were enriching to him that were also aligned with, you know, in some way with the agenda of the Nazis.
Like, I mean, if you look at what Walt Disney was planning with Epcot, it looks like some fucking Hitler shit. Like,
yeah.
was he our Hitler or something? Was he our, like, Goebbels?
Master of propaganda. I mean, we're still eating that shit with a spoon. Disney?
What, Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything is Disney now.
Well, yeah, but like what Disney like was working on with Epcot was like a city. It was like a whole world. He was like
Yeah.
creating his own country or something.
I mean, Disney is practically its own country. They own so many things. They own all of the ideas in our country.
Yeah.
They own a lot of the ideas in the world.
Yeah.
So in essence, they are everything. They don't need to inhabit the air. The land when they inhabit the air. They inhabit our minds. They are everywhere we go. So it's kind of like an augmented reality. You step into Disney. You step into a Disney movie, a Disney store, a Disney vacation, a Disney TV show. You are almost guaranteed to do that constantly, right?
I mean, I don't watch anything they make now. I don't have Disney Plus.
You're unplugged. You're living off the grid.
Well, no, I mean, I just like torrent Disney movies if I want to watch them. If I was to actually count how much Disney stuff I consume, it would probably shock me. You know, there'd probably be a lot more than I think. I'm sure I watch Disney stuff on YouTube all the time, so that counts.
Right. And we were just talking about a Goofy movie, like in great detail, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, a Goofy movie is close to me. So is a lot of Disney shit, like Toy Story.
Sure.
And
we were just talking about A Bug's Life before.
Yeah, A Bug's Life.
Disney buys Pixar. It's in the headlines.
Disney buys Pixar.
It's in the headlines.
It's in the headlines. Yeah, Disney bought Pixar in 2006.
Yeah, so we heard.
And when I think about it, if Disney bought it, then someone must have sold it. So Steve Jobs must have sold it.
Yeah.
For $7.8 billion.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that part just clicked with me. That Steve Jobs sold it.
It was just an asset, like anything else.
Well, I do think Steve Jobs did a lot to make it good. He nurtured it when nobody cared about it at all. He bought it for $5 million from George Lucas. And
really?
Yeah.
What was George Lucas doing with it?
Nothing, I think. I don't know if they really... Well, the thing was, before they became Pixar, they were working on a product called the Pixar computer. So I think they had done a few things for George Lucas movies.
Oh,
but for the most part,
effects.
they were trying to sell this computer and were not doing a great job of it. They were trying to build computers, and they were called like the Pixar company for a while.
And were they meant to be computers for production? Was that the idea for film production?
Yeah, like they would do stuff that you could do to make the kind of things that they would do, like commercials. Like they would do tech demos and commercials and stuff early on with their hardware, but nobody was really buying the hardware. I don't think they really sold that many. So eventually Steve Jobs just was like, we make movies now, and everyone thought he was insane, but they became Pixar and they made like $1 trillion, and then he sold it for $8 billion to Disney, who was already financing all their movies and like putting their name on all of them. So like, I guess it just felt natural to just give it to them already. But after that happened, Pixar just like went down and down and down until it's like barely recognizable now.
Wasn't there a time where it looked like Pixar wasn't going to be owned by Disney?
Yeah, we were very hopeful that they were going to be, they were just going to be independent.
I wonder what that would have looked like.
Oh man, I don't know. I guess if Pixar was like, if they were really cool, they would have made their software all like free and open source and everything.
Yeah, but I mean, if they were really cool, would they have allowed themselves to be sold to Disney?
No, absolutely not.
They were like, we want to get that money. And there's no version of Pixar that could have existed as an independent studio.
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, they were already basically a Disney studio, right?
Yeah, I mean, they had a home at Disney, and they were not going to do better than that. What are they gonna hitch their wagon to? Who else tried to get them? Microsoft?
I don't know.
Was Microsoft doing? No, nobody was doing movies at that point, right? Now everybody makes movies.
Does Microsoft make movies?
Mike would have an answer to this question. I feel like it's almost certainly true that Microsoft has their hands in the movie business. Almost guaranteed. Maybe somebody in the chat can help. I love that we were like, let's play scary games, and now we've been playing Mario 64 for so long.
This is scary. This is like a creepy level.
It is.
I finally got to the scariness. What if Balome appeared?
What if Balome appeared?
Well, that couldn't have happened because probably because Squaresoft owns him, right? Like, doesn't it feel like they've never used any of that stuff because who owns it? I mean, I guess Nintendo owns it, but there's also like Squaresoft related stuff in that game, like Final Fantasy music.
Right. So there might be hairy ownership issues that keep them from reusing those characters. I imagine though, if they wanted to use the characters, they'd make it happen.
Yeah. Although I feel like this game surprised me in a lot of ways. Like, I didn't think Mario sounded like that at all, and he sounds like that now forever.
Forever. Although maybe when what's his name is done, they'll come up with a new sound for Mario.
No, I mean, they just like the new Mario Wonder game already has like a sound alike in it.
Oh, I see.
It sounds exactly the same.
Sounds exactly like him, right? Well, they're not ready to change it yet.
You think it's gonna evolve?
Yeah, well, maybe it'll just be Chris Pratt or whatever, right? Is Chris Pratt Mario in the movie?
Yeah, but he wouldn't do it for the games.
Yeah,
That's
but
too
they'll get a
much to
guy who
ask a
sounds like
Hollywood
Chris
guy.
Pratt.
Oh, maybe.
Like piss crap. That's what I call him.
Nah, I mean, there's no reason to do it a sound like of him. The only reason is if you actually get him. That's the only reason they do it, is because it's him, not because his voice is good.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like the movie, there's like a part in the movie where Super Mario is doing like he's doing a commercial for their plumbing company. And he's like, it's me, I'm Mario. And then like afterwards, in his like regular Chris Pratt voice, he's just like, what do you think about the accent? Is that too much? And what they're really doing is asking the audience which one they would prefer. They're like, are you guys feeling weird about the accent? You want us to change it? All right, so apparently Microsoft does have a movie division for adaptations of Xbox games. What's it called? Is it called like Xbox Movies? Or I wouldn't know what movie games they've made.
Oh my god, me neither. No, I have no idea. Did they make a Halo movie?
I don't know. They made like a Warcraft movie. Is that Microsoft?
No.
No.
Although they might have still made it. I don't know.
I mean, game movies are terrible, right? Has there ever been a good one?
Oh my god, has there? I don't know.
I'm sure the chat has plenty of opinions about this. Mike would say that the first Mario Brothers movie is good.
I mean, good is such a strong word. That movie is very well. I would recommend it.
It's a fun movie that ultimately has almost nothing to do with the game.
There's no need to watch it more than once, though, right?
No. It's kind of like worth.
It was
watching.
exhausting.
It's very deranged. Yeah, it's pretty exhausting, but like it's a very deranged idea that somehow was adapted from the Super Mario games.
Yeah. Well, I like that it's weird. It's like a strange adaptation. I wish we could have more just like personal adaptations like that.
Right. That would produce interesting movies more often than these incredibly safe, smooth movies they're making, you know? Like that Mario movie was designed to not offend a soul on Earth. And sure enough, my son loves it. He watches it every airplane ride he takes. And every time I look over, Mario is like flying through the air and they slow it down to slow motion.
Yeah.
Like I'm supposed to be impressed by slow motion 3D animation. Like, yeah, no, slow motion is only impressive when you really captured something on film.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't even like feel like anything if it's a cartoon.
No. Doesn't feel like a thing.
You just stretch the frames out. What'd you even do?
Yeah, what'd you even do? You stretched the frames out, you dingus.
Yeah, it's not like you used a special camera or anything to do slow motion.
No.
So why not take advantage of your own medium or something?
Yeah.
Or if you're gonna do that, try to make it look more like film or something. Oh, fuck. Is he gonna yell at me that I took a shortcut?
Yeah, probably. Oh, right. Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard right now. And Blizzard makes the Warcraft movies, right?
They're buying that?
Yeah,
Then,
yeah.
I guess
that's happening.
I guess that's the movie. No!
Whoa.
Okay, so that I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
But like the Warcraft movie wasn't already made, was it?
it was.
Oh, so
Yeah.
who made that?
I think Blizzard made that.
But do they do other movies? And are they just being absorbed into Microsoft's movie
Yeah.
studio?
I mean, they'll absorb them in every way they wish. Like, they're gonna get the studio and then do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
I mean, look. All this shit sucks.
Well, yeah, there's no such thing as a good video game movie because a video game is a video game. You're supposed to play it. Or I guess you watch somebody play it. But like, what's a video game movie to you?
Yeah, you're supposed to play it. I mean, end of story right there, right?
I guess Mario is only an interesting character because you can play as him.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Your experience of being Mario is what's so great about Mario. I'm not like when I see Super Mario, I'm not like, oh man, I could watch this guy on the screen for 90. It's longer than that. These movies are too fucking long. These are for kids.
Yeah, they should be an
100 minutes.
hour.
Yeah, 1 hour. 80 minutes tops.
80 minutes sounds great.
Yeah. These movies are so long. These movies are so long for no reason.
Yeah, they always feel like this is still going, that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like you don't believe that they keep it going with like just like but like it's so formulaic. You can see where it's going. You can see it coming.
Right. Yeah, it's not like it's all like high value scenes that need to be in it. Ewo Bun says that there's a bootleg version of the first Mario movie where they put a bunch of cutscenes back in, and apparently that's fun. Yeah, I'll ask Mike about that. For all I know, he's put that version on for me, and I didn't even know the difference.
It's, it's worth watching, I think. It's strange, but it's just an 80s movie. It's not really like essential Mario related stuff.
Right.
It barely has anything to do with Mario.
Yeah, no,
Although it contextualizes the time period very well. A lighter? I don't have anything. What color was it?
I don't know. I'm ready in my house. It's okay. I thought this would be fun, that's all.
Let me go to the boo level.
Oh yeah. Feels so good to stretch. I never get up during this show. I am a faithful soldier until the end of this show. I never get up, but
Yeah.
it feels very good to get up.
Yeah, I can't really envision a good version of the Mario movie. I can imagine a better one, but I can't imagine it being like, well, that was great cinema. Like, it's just a commercial for a video game.
Yeah, it's just a commercial for a video game. It can't ever be like an actual good movie.
Well, he's just not a cartoon character. They tried and made a whole bunch of garbage cartoons about Mario. Although there is that comic that's cute. There's like a
Oh man,
anime.
that comic is awesome. That comic is awesome. Thingus hero right there. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he is a Thingus hero, the guy who drew that comic. Oh my god. I reread that to my son recently, and it's like it fed me all over again. It was terrific.
That's cool. Yeah, I feel like I remember seeing it in Nintendo Power, never in like a book altogether like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It was like a shitty printing, and all the pages fell out, and they're not numbered either. So I had to piece it together based on the great sequential storytelling of the cartoonist, which was impeccable, and I was able to do it.
Cool.
Here we go. I wish I could find my lighter. I'm in despair. It's okay. You don't have to help me solve this problem.
So this level is kind of creepy, but don't you also think there's something kind of creepy about this room?
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is troubling. The quietness of it. The fact that it's in broad daylight. Like, it's just so normal here. And the identical trees everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those, what's the word? Liminal spaces?
Yeah.
It's literally that, because you can't do anything here, right?
I mean, you can get the booze, you can go to the level.
Oh, okay.
But you can't get to anywhere from here. And also, before you get a bunch of stars, there's nothing here. So that's why, like, when Oscar was here, it's just like the perfect place for him because like he just wants to jump around.
Yeah. It's a practice pad.
Yeah.
Ba 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 ba. Lego.
Oh yeah, we talked about Luigi's Mansion, but we don't have a way to play that, do we?
No, but we will soon. We'll get the Wii U set up.
Okay.
And then I think we'll be able to play some Luigi. We're pretty excited because Mike found we've been seeing the Rock Band kits at like retro game stores. People try to sell the whole thing in the box for like $400. So we've been biding our time. And today Mike found, or yesterday, he found a Rock Band Wii guitar at Salvation Army. And then today he found Beatles Rock Band and Rock Band for the Wii. Or the Wii U, or whatever it came out on. So slowly we're getting the band together. And now I'm thinking we should probably do a Thingus where we play Rock Band.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun. Rock Band is one of those games. I'll have plenty more to say about it when we play it, but Rock Band is one of those games that I would just be at someone's house like every week playing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was just what me and my bored friends did for what seemed like at least a year.
Wow.
Just, like, going to someone's house, watching a stupid movie, and then playing Rock Band for like the next 2 hours.
Damn, I didn't realize you played that much of it.
Yeah, all the time.
So are you really good?
I would be watching people play a lot.
Yeah.
Because there would be like a group of people, so people would take turns.
Yeah.
I was never good at anything. It's just fun. You know, like karaoke. You don't try to get good at it. That's for theater kids. This is creepy. This is a little Halloween-y.
Yeah.
This is pretty creepy. This music's scary.
Yeah, what is this music? I mean, I like it, but yeah, like, what is this music?
I don't know.
It just sounds like low-pitched normal sounds or something.
Yeah. Right, and then you get to this room with this fucked up carnival music. It's a little twisted. Mario should get a really chaotic girlfriend in this level.
Is this the music that plays whenever she comes in? Like,
Yes. So right. So like in Mario Odyssey, she has like a cool girlfriend in this. He has a cool girlfriend in the city.
yeah.
Right? In this game, he should date a really chaotic woman that it was a bad idea for him to date.
Oh no. Is there someone like that? Maybe Daisy. There's like the one game where you have to save Daisy.
Right.
And you know, you never see him with Daisy, but we know what she's like. Daisy! Like she's chaotic.
She's chaotic. You're right. That's all we know about her is when she calls out her own name in Mario Kart games, right? Or like in a Mario Party game. Daisy! Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you know she's high maintenance. You know this girl's crazy. There's no way she's not. Daisy makes trouble for Mario. And maybe Daisy is going through a phase in this game, or maybe they've slightly tweaked her character so that she doesn't dress like almost exactly the way that Princess Peach from Another Kingdom dresses, that she's got her own look. She's from like the clown world, and Daisy comes out like, you know, you can't see that she has a tramp stamp, but you know she does. And
Of a Daisy.
of a daisy, sure, yeah, it's like beautiful but dark, and like it's a daisy with thorns on on a vine. And Daisy is like, right, like her sprite talks to Mario like, and says, "Well, Mario, I have something you can do for me." Right?
It's like GTA and like your phone rings and it goes da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh my
It's
god.
like in GTA, your cousin constantly calls you to bug you. So it would be like that, where
Right.
like you could choose to hang up on Daisy and you lose points with her.
Right.
You lose a lot with her if you hang up even once.
Oh my god. Well, like yeah, because she's this girl that you just started dating, and she's already calling you way too much.
And you actually might sort of have a chance with Peach at this point, so you're not interested.
Right. Like Daisy is definitely not going to be my long-termer. Like Daisy, I'm going to date while I'm at this level and no further than that. Like I've got real prospects. Daisy is not it. And Daisy is kind of aware of that, and she's trying to overcorrect. She's trying too hard to keep Mario, which is making her even more chaotic and awful to be around. Like, girl, I know you're hurting, but you need to understand that right now you are being somebody's nightmare, and that they're gonna look back at you and remember you as their nightmare. They're not gonna remember a single fond feeling they had for you, Daisy. You have to change, Daisy. You can't be this chaotic your whole life. Look, beauty fades. Maybe you'll learn this lesson when that happens to you. But learn it you must. You can't be this way your whole life, Daisy. Who wants to leave a trail of brimstone and ash everywhere they go? What, do you just move to a new city every time you fuck up someone's life, Daisy? New York, I'm in you. Who wants to hang out? Hi, LA. It's so cool to be here. Like, I didn't think I would like it, but actually I really, really like it. Hit me up if you want to hang. Hey, St. Louis, what's up? Yeah, no, I'm trying something a little smaller now. I just kind of like, I'm like a little old lady these days. I just stay in, I don't do anything. Hit me up if you want to hang out. Where's she off to next? Where's Daisy off to these days? Hey guys, I'm in Austin for just a few weeks. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but if you want to hang out, let me know.
So she's one of those people who just has like multiple cities in their bio.
Yes.
Although she has multiple kingdoms in her bio.
Well, these are all the cities she's been kicked out of. There's like, it says New York, and then there's an airplane. Atlanta, and then there's an airplane. Austin, Portland, Seattle. Right, she's just been exiled from all of those lands.
Yeah.
Daisy is not allowed, from a diplomatic point of view, to visit those states anymore, or those cities. Look.
Yeah, she has not needed saving in like 30 years since Super Mario Land for Game Boy. We need saving from her now.
Well, that's how it's always been. But like, what if there was a game where Daisy really did get saved?
You mean like she stopped treating Mario like this?
Well, when Mario shows up, Daisy is not at a low point like she usually is when she meets somebody. Daisy had a low point, a point lower than it's ever been. And she's actually starting to come out of it. And for the first time ever, she's kind of able to look at herself and say, this is how I am and this is what I want in life. And maybe I'm a piece of shit, but at least I know this about myself now. And when she meets Mario, she's like, I'm not gonna date this guy. And, you know, she just hangs out with him. He's nice, but like, she does not fall in love with Mario until it catches her completely off guard and she completely falls in love with him. And she realizes at that point that she may have never actually been in love with anybody else before this. This is a new feeling.
This is the music that plays when she's in love.
It comes back to her. She hears it coming, and it dredges up all the pain of all the relationships she's ever been in, and what a facade they were. What a spectacle they all were. A terrible spectacle. A fading circus running through her life. Those
The ghosts of her past.
The ghosts of her past. It wasn't love, though. It was something fraudulent. It was something covered in makeup and face paint and honky little noses and giant shoes. She couldn't see through all that stuff. To the heart of this man. And he's a man, this Mario. He treats her well, not in a way that flatters her, but in a way that makes her want to treat him well. She's never really wanted to be good to somebody before. She was always just thinking about what she could get out of somebody. But not this time. Now she's looking for ways to give herself to him. This has never happened before. And the thing is, Daisy could still fuck this one up. It's not like feeling this for the first time means that it's gonna work out. Because she's just too broken for that. And the fact is, she may lose Mario too, before she finds the next person that she refuses to let get away from her. And will do what it takes to keep that love in her life. It might take losing Mario, though. Mario was the first real one. And that's worth celebrating.
Oh, whoops. We're back here. So Pauline is, I think, the only one who's actually been in a relationship with him, right?
Yeah, I think so. None of them have ever actually seemed like they were his girlfriend.
Yeah.
They're always some girl that he's doing it all for.
Well, yeah, why is that? Is that like to make it more innocent or something? That it's not Mario rescues his girlfriend, but Mario rescues the princess that he doesn't know.
Well, he would do it whether she wanted him or not.
Yeah.
He would do it. He would do it for the, for her honor. That's what he's there to defend. Princess cannot be dishonored by the you know, by being forcibly married to this fucking lizard man.
Yeah.
We're gonna do whatever it takes to not let that happen.
Damn it, not again. Oh no, not again! She's calling me! Don't pick it up, bro, but I have to!
Up, you dummy!
Hello? Daisy? And
Hey,
she'd be
Mario?
like, Mario, why didn't you pick up immediately?
Mario, well, this is Daisy trying not to fuck it up with Mario, but not doing so great. Mario, all right, Mario, I'm sorry. Like, you know what? I was feeling a way about this when I called you, and I got all upset about it. But like in this moment, I'm very ashamed of myself, Mario. Listen, I know even by saying this, I'm being extremely selfish right now. I'm sorry, Mario. We don't have to talk right now. We don't have to talk right now.
Already hung up.
Oh man, she blew it. Oh, she blew it. She couldn't hold on to him. She couldn't.
Well, you know, he was in an elevator. Maybe she just lost the signal. Maybe it's not over.
Right, but she thinks it's over because why wouldn't she think he hung up on her? And she's like, I'm not gonna call him back because if he loves me, then he'll call me back. If this really was a dropped signal, he'll call me back if he loves me. I'm going to allow Mario his own agency, and I'm gonna wait for him to call me back. And until he calls me back, I am not going to let my mind go to all these absolutely wacky places that it's trying to take me right now. I am not going to let that be Mario's reality until I find out that it is. I can do this. I can live in a liminal space where I don't know for sure one way or another. I can have Schrodinger's boyfriend for a few hours while I figure out if I've been broken up with or not, while he figures out what he wants to do. Because this isn't just about me. I need to give him the space to do this, or I've already lost him. And she says all this, but then like 30 minutes later, she does call him back on her own. But at least she waited 30 minutes. That's progress for Daisy. He needs to change his ringtone.
Yeah, like what if like she was around when his phone rang and like she heard that?
Oh, well, it only plays for her.
Well, yeah, like what if she was around?
Oh, like she rang him and he was in the next room.
It's like da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Is that
she'd be
me?
like, what the fuck is that? Is that your phone making that sound? What are you doing? Is that me? Is that me calling your phone right now? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh my god. Mario would be in so much trouble. And again, Daisy would be like, Mario, I'm trying not to flip out about this, Mario. But like, how the fuck am I supposed to feel about this? I think I'm completely justified in being very unhappy about this little joke that you and your bro have together. About me being a little circus nightmare that calls you. Yeah, okay, maybe that used to be me. Maybe I literally was a clown from a circus kingdom who dressed like Harley Quinn. Who had like a Tweety Bird tattoo. Look, I still have the tattoo. I am going to get a sleeve to cover it up. Fairly soon, when I have the money, okay? Is Daisy still getting money from her family?
I mean, what does her family do?
They're royalty.
They're kings and queens
Yes.
and shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, she's rich.
Yeah.
They don't know what money is. They're tier rich.
Yeah, but she went to the United States to date somebody and like blow up their lives in every city of the United States. She is a PR mess for the royal family.
Yeah.
She makes a fucking idiot of herself on the internet. She leaves a bad reputation wherever she goes. At this point, Daisy's family might be like, you can come home or you can keep doing this without any money. And without any money means they still drop like $1 million in her account every month. But, you know, that's not any
So
money.
she goes to worse and worse cities like Pittsburgh.
Right,
like,
where she meets a Mario.
Yo, Pittsburgh, it's me, Daisy!
Talk like she's trying to talk more like working class now. Daisy thinks she's seen it all, and she can relate to anybody, to any of these peasants who live in the United States.
Yeah, and like even with Pittsburgh, she'll fuck it up. She fucks it up with cities the same way she fucks it up with people.
Yeah.
She just like fucks it up.
Well, this is why she was always in another castle, because she's just left. They just sent her packing. Yeah, no, she's not here anymore. Yeah, no, you'll have to forward it to her new address. She moves around a lot. In fact, I don't know anybody who stayed friends with her in this city. I can't tell you a single person who misses her. Yeah, she's not here. Thanks for killing our king. He didn't do anything except be here, and you killed him. He was just hanging out in his castle full of flying fireballs and lava, and bones. And he saw you coming, and he tried to defend himself, of course. And you collapsed his bridge, which, in hindsight, we're not sure why we put a bridge between his throne and the rest of the castle. I guess it was supposed to protect him, but it was sort of his undoing when he fell into the pit of lava next to his throne. They all seem to do that.
Yeah, they all just like watch one by one as they all fall for the same exact thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we're not a very intelligent people, and we don't know where your sister lives. Or, sorry, your girlfriend lives.
She's not your girlfriend? Okay, whatever. I don't care. She's not my girl. Oh, sorry. It's like...
These details are not important to anybody, including you.
Yeah, like, if she were still here, I'd be like, I don't care, just get her out of here. But she's not even here, so just stop talking to me about her. I'm sick of hearing her name. Daisy! It was just that all weekend.
I would just hear this woman because she hung out with all of my friends. And she just showed up uninvited. Like, who brought her? Nobody knew whose friend she was, but she easily ingratiated herself into the group because she flirted with all the boys in the group.
Look, they probably hosted Princess Peach or something recently, and she was really polite, and they thought that, like, oh, this princess will be fine, too.
Yeah, right. The last princess who came through was really fun. Like, all of my friend group, everyone in my friend group was, like, so excited to hang out with another princess after having so much fun with that other princess. This one fucked all the men and women in our friend group. Every last one of the ones who were interested, including a few who were married, have now regrettably fucked this woman. And she's on to her next adventure. Oh, Daisy.
Oh, Daisy, that's what you say.
Daisy.
Ugh, Daisy.
And she says, oh, Daisy. Wait, how does she say it?
She just says, Daisy!
Oh my God.
Yeah, like you know, you can play as her in Mario Kart, but like you compare her directly to Princess Peach, she's like a lot edgier, isn't she? She's like,
Daisy.
yeah, like there's something wrong with her, isn't there?
She
doesn't need saving.
Yeah, what is she doing here? What's she doing? But she does need saving. As we've been through.
That's true. We need saving from her, and she needs saving from herself, and someone needs to just save her. I mean, it's not Mario, it's Luigi.
It might be Luigi, yeah. And when it doesn't work out with Mario, she she tries to make it Luigi. And
But in Super Mario Land, there is no Luigi, so she doesn't even know he exists. So how is she gonna know about him? She's just obsessed with Mario.
She's just obsessed with Mario. Well, she'll find out because she knows everything about him. She can easily find out he has a brother.
Oh my God, she gets so excited when she finds out he has a brother.
So excited, and this creates a big problem between Mario and Luigi. Unfortunately, these brothers do not like the idea of the same girl dating both of them. They're not into that.
But
Some brothers would be.
You said it was a bad idea.
Right. Luigi was so down on her for so long. He made Mario hate being in the relationship more than he would have hated on his own. And now Luigi's in love, huh? Now he's fucking in love? Are you serious?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he told him it's a bad idea. I mean, but look, it probably was a bad idea. Mario and Luigi are very different, but like maybe Luigi's got that thing that she liked about Mario too.
He's got what that thing that she liked, and a crucial difference. We don't know what it is. We have not dated these men.
Yeah, but also Peach has not dated Mario or Luigi.
No.
She's not interested.
No.
So like it looks like they each get a princess, but actually only Luigi has a princess and Mario has a New Yorker.
Yeah, Mario's got a cool girlfriend in the city. Oh man, sinking into the quicksand. So
yeah,
classic.
it's so funny every time. Oh, but the funniest is one. Let's see if I can reproduce it.
Can I use your vape? I'm all out of ammo here. What does this number tell you?
How much battery is in it?
Oh really?
Yeah.
And it just immediately drops as soon as you start pulling from it, right?
Yeah, it goes down by a lot.
Why don't vapes have stronger batteries?
I don't know.
It tells you something else. It says 0.006. Is that telling me how much THC is like being funneled through this?
0.006? That doesn't sound right.
Where'd you get this?
At the vape store in Pittsburgh.
Is this like Delta 8?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever smoked Delta 8 except like through your cartridges and stuff.
Oh, well, what about, what are your cartridges made of?
Cannabis?
Okay, so there's no Delta. Yeah, it's just like Delta 8 cannabinoid. It's like some weird legal loophole that lets you sell weed in Pennsylvania.
Ah. Is it good? Is it like very, very good?
It's not, I mean, it's not weed. It's not the same as smoking weed. Smoking weed, there's nothing like that. But I don't know. I could survive on just that.
Yeah, I mean, the feeling I'm getting from it is definitely like a weed high, like a body high from weed, but I don't know that it's gonna get my brain humming like good old-fashioned THC.
Yeah.
I'll just have to, oh my god, just talking about the weed we're smoking. What other drugs should we do on the stream?
Well, I had a beer. I could get drunker.
Nah, I don't like drinking.
Yeah, you don't really like to drink.
No, it doesn't do much for me.
I don't like to vomit, which I usually do if I have more than like 2 beers.
Yeah, no, I drank wine in Paris because that was what we were presented with, and I woke up like one night almost having to throw up. I kind of stabilized myself, drank some water, and got myself back to bed. But I woke up feeling like I might not make it, and I do not fucking like that. There's no good feeling that is worth that for me.
Yeah, I hate that. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like to get real drunk. You know, there's like solutions if you have a hangover, but like I'd rather just not get to that point. I don't drink in my house. I don't have any alcohol.
We were never like a drinking family.
Yeah, our parents didn't really drink that much.
No, we never really saw alcohol.
Artie drank beer. He had like a kegger. Artie had a
He
bar.
went to college.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, it was just never like a big part of my social life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was part of mine, and it's terrible. It's like
It's like-
people just playing beer pong every fucking time, and they're just having a party like every week.
Oh my
So
god.
boring. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
it's like- Well, I mean, you do it until it gets boring, right?
Yeah.
But you do it because the first few times you do it, you're like, this is so fun. It feels like the night can go on forever.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my god, I'm having such great interactions with people. Wow. I'm just like so happy we're all hanging out. This is great. This is great. Whoa! Cool! Oh man, I love being drunk with all my friends. I love this. And it just like it feels great like that for a window of time, and then eventually the bad feeling outweighed. Eventually that stopped happening completely, and then it just felt bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's experience with drugs is different, right? So I don't miss that one.
That was pretty funny, Bowser.
Bowser was laughing at the quicksand, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god. My experience with being drunk. I need to harness that and write about it. My like early experiences with that being fun.
Yeah, I've never done like... I've only done weed.
You've only done you've never done like psychedelics or anything.
No.
Well, we could do a Thingus Mushroom Kingdom edition.
Mushroom Thingus.
Mushroom Thingus. A mushroom Thingus.
In the Mushroom Thingdom.
Yeah. The Mushroom Kingdom. Oh my god.
Look how happy he is to get killed.
I
and
know, I love
die.
his sprite.
This bird is gonna get me. Let me go into the ancient pyramid. No!
Ah. Oh man, that's so funny. Like you would think there wouldn't be so many ways to get sucked down into that quicksand.
Yeah. Can I like... No, I think I need 7 more stars. Let's go back into the creepy level.
Da, 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 da. Ba-da-da. Oh man, are we running late tonight? Oh yeah, it's 11:30. We'll probably want to wrap this up pretty soon.
Yeah.
I love like talking about the times when I used to drink and have fun being drunk, and me being, oh goodness, it's 11:30. Oh, I'm just turning into a big pumpkin.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, I remember I used to just like stay up till like 2 a.m. every night.
Like partying?
No, I mean, I didn't party much. I wasn't popular, and I don't really like partying that much either. Just like, I don't know, on my computer, I would always like, I'd be always drinking Pepsi and staying up late.
Oh yeah. Oh, I definitely did that for a while. Definitely. I mean, during college, I would stay up until the sun went up sometimes. If I was busy, you know. If I was busy, I would be like, well, in order to do this amount of work, I need to kill this amount of time. And I would just kill an entire night till the sun, wait till the sun goes up. And then I'd go to work at like 9. Yeah, that probably killed more brain cells than anything, was staying up all night and not sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah, and trying to function the next day.
Oh my god. When I finished my thesis, I think I was up for like 36 hours.
Yeah.
I remember the day greeting me and just going through the entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should be lucky it didn't happen more. But I remember the times when I did it. I drew an octopus pie about that at some point, where Hannah has insomnia and she's hallucinating. Like the narration's a little unreliable because she's hallucinating and needs to fall asleep, but refuses to do so because there's just too many things to do. It's fun to just like go back and touch, like viscerally feel that thing that you felt then.
Yeah.
Like the cold of the dawn, you know, when you'd feel the new day coming on and it still felt cold in like the nighttime.
Yeah.
When you stayed up late, were there any 24-hour places you could walk to?
Oh man. I mean, no, not at any point in my life, really.
I mean, most of the time, not at any point in my life, but when I was staying up late like that, I lived in New York. And there you can just like go outside and cross the street and you'll find like a Dunkin' Donuts or like a, you know, some shit that's open all night.
Wow.
And I remember just like going out to Dunkin' Donuts at like 4 in the morning or some shit, you know? And like the only food and drink that was available was there.
Yes. That was also a part of my life because I took a train, took a bus to a train station and the only thing available was Dunkin' Donuts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Oh, the cold early morning dawn of a train station in particular. I don't want to get too into the like all the things I explore in station to station, but that's definitely part of it. Is like you find yourself at the train station all night, like or you know as the day is breaking, you're at the train station, and like what a particular kind of feeling that is to be at the station where there's like something that's open.
Yeah.
Where like a light is still on in the middle of the night.
I'm thinking of the like train station at like near Mom's house. Like is there a do they serve you coffee there or am I like imagining that?
No, there's nothing there.
Okay.
It's just like vending, it's not even vending machines, like it's ticketing machines. Like there's people there during like rush hour, but most of the time it's just like an empty station. It's just slightly nicer than the one that was next to us where we grew up. But that one had like a deli next to it. It had like the deli that we would go to all the time to get egg sandwiches.
Yes. That was great, living around the block from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the first thing that our parents allowed us to walk to. You know? Like, I think about that with my son. Like, how old is he going to be when I let him walk to the corner store? That is not a question I seek to answer
Well, it's gonna be
is still pretty-
it's gonna be different for him because like with you or me, we might have had an older sibling to walk with. You know, and also yeah, like Artie had a younger sibling to walk with, maybe.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, we supervised each other. Yeah, but I remember going there by myself quite a
yeah.
bit. Maybe when I was like 8.
Yeah.
No, I was probably younger than that.
Well, how old is he gonna? How old does he have to be for him to like remember his mission? Like I feel like when I was a little kid, I mean I don't know if I ever grew out of this, but I feel like I was always really confused.
He
And,
could
like
he could do it right now.
yeah,
He could do it right now. If I prepared him very thoroughly, he could do it right now. Like he could be on that show Old Enough doing like I could definitely like talk to him and be like, so this is a really big thing, okay? You've never done anything like this before, so you have to follow my instructions, okay? Like if I talked to him and gave him all the advice he needed, step by step, gave him the money. You're gonna give this to him, and he's gonna give you back some coins. You're gonna get a bag, and you're gonna be very nice and say thank you, and you're gonna put the coins in your pocket. And like he would be able to do it. He would be able to do it.
yeah.
He'd come back just fine. I would not be able to withstand knowing whether he was okay or not. That can't happen. And also, my neighbors would call the cops because you just don't see a 5-year-old walking around by himself.
Yeah.
But he's old enough. I just need to adjust to that reality.
Yeah. Yeah, you. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh shit. That must really, like, the girl who likes Sonic choking must really love that too.
Mario's suffocating in gas.
Yeah, no, she's probably really into that too. What do we think? Let's to bring up an old Thingus hero, right? The girl who really, really liked when, the girl who dated one of our friends in the chat, and who really liked when Sonic drowns. She was really into that. Absolute hero. I hope she hears this someday.
What if it's different? Like Mario's not the same. It has to be Sonic.
I mean, that's probably true. That's probably true. All right. Yeah. Is Stitch kind of like Lilo's boyfriend?
I mean, I don't think so. Although they do start speaking to each other.
They start speaking to each other, and he doesn't speak to anybody else. And
Okay.
and she doesn't speak to anybody else. She dresses him like Elvis, who she loves.
Yeah.
He charms her with his crooning.
Hmm.
She begs him not to abandon her.
She prayed for him.
Yeah. Yeah. She prayed for the nicest angel they had in heaven to come and be her boyfriend.
Well, she didn't specifically say to be my dog or my pet.
No.
She was mistaken
Yeah.
when she saw him as a pet, right?
Yes. Well, yeah. And I mean, ultimately, that's what he is. He's her caretaker. He's like her gargoyle, you know? But also, maybe he's a little bit her boyfriend. Just putting that out there.
I mean, she is insane.
Lilo is a troubled little girl. She's dealing with a lot, and even if she wasn't, she'd be a weird kid, right?
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, that among many other reasons, is why Nani's job, taking care of this child, is not really working out. People are starting to notice that it's not going well. You know, the fact is that these two are better as sisters than as mother and child. It's not really fair that they have to have this relationship now. And what they both really need is a boyfriend. Like, if they both had boyfriends, they'd get off each other's asses, you know? They'd just get off each other's backs and stop being annoying sisters to each other. And then they'd be able to, you know, they'd be able to make it work together, and their boyfriends would help. They actually get 2 more boyfriends, because Jamba and Plinkley become their boyfriends too. Nani gets David and those guys. She like walks up to them. They're like their backs faced away from her, Jamba and Plinkley. She's like, "What did you do with her?" And they turn around, noticing her there. And it's the first time they've seen her or interacted. They've seen her from afar, but it's the first time she's seen them and interacted with them in any way. And they just look at each other like they don't know what to say to her because they've never communicated with her. She's like, "Where is she? Where did she go?" And Plinkley is like, "Don't talk to the human. We can't interfere with their natural environment." And Jamba's like, "Listen, we are just here for him. We don't know anything about that. He won't fucking help her. He won't fucking help her. You mean you can't bring her back? Sorry," you know, like that. And then Plinkley, cold as fucking ice, says, "Well, look on the bright side. You won't have anyone to yell at anymore." What the fuck, dude? Nani collapses to the floor in tears. Jamba's like, "Come on, let's go. We can't." Like, they walk away from her. What happens? No, they have a change of heart. Don't they? Well, they do, but... They do, but it involves some other event happening. These two cowards.
Stitch saying, like, "I'm making you."
Right.
That.
Right. He basically controls them with his mind. He persuades their idiot asses to help him out instead. Right. These two cowards were about to run away when Nani was begging them for their compassion. Then they end up helping out. And then they too become Nani and Lilo's boyfriends.
Yeah, they move in. They're part of the family.
Yeah. And no. Mr. Bubbles is not their boyfriend.
He's
like
not dating them.
No. He's a father figure. No, he's a very kind man. I don't understand why he's still wearing the CIA uniform if he's just a social worker in Hawaii now. Unless he's still on a CIA mission, which it sounds like he's retired from. Why is he dressed that way? He can just wear a Hawaiian shirt now. Like, he can just wear like a tasteful Hawaiian shirt to work. "I'm the social worker. They called me to check this out." And, you know, if you want, you can wear the sunglasses. That's still appropriate. It's Hawaii. But, like, what are you doing wearing a full-on Men in Black suit? Showing up at the door if you're not still CIA? What's going on there?
Maybe it just works better with the imagery of the rest of the movie as, like, about aliens.
Yeah, I guess so. No. I love this movie. This movie is like almost perfect. I
mean, he's all official looking. He's coming to take Lilo away.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Right. He's taking her away to a place
didn't
that
have
like
to buy a new wardrobe for his new job.
No. And it's right. But you know what? It's what Lilo imagines he would look like. Like, well, although she says at the beginning, "You don't look like a social worker."
Oh yeah, that's true.
She does say that. But in Lilo's like little fantasy world that she lives in, where her dog is a magical alien that can talk to her,
And her fish can control the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, she would be under threat of being kidnapped by a Secret Service guy who's going to take her away to who knows where because she knows too much. Oh my God. The scene. Oh my God. All right, we're gonna go to bed very soon. But the scene in Lilo and Stitch where, oh shit, I've already lost it. Right. Where Nanny makes her first bad impression on the social worker. And afterwards, like, Mr. Bubbles is looking around. He's seeing terrible things. For one thing, Nani is locked out of the house where she left Lilo alone. It goes so awful. Nani has to break in through the back door, and the door is covered in nails. At first she it's nailed shut. And at first she tries to climb in through the dog door, screaming at her, Lilo! And Lilo is just lying on her back, lip syncing to Elvis, depressed, refuses to answer the door. Nani finally gets in. The stove is boiling over. There's shit burning in the oven. Do you often leave the stove on while you're out? Just to simmer. And it like smells like smoke. It looks terrible. Anyway, he's at the end of the meeting, he says, I am the one they call when things are not going well. And things are not going well. You have 2 weeks to change my mind. I'll be back. He walks out the door. Nani is, her forehead is probably still on fire from the panic and humiliation of this moment. She turns around and looks at her little fucking sister, and Lilo screams at the top of the stairs. Like, Lilo's standing at the top of the stairs, and she just starts screaming. Like a loud house in a Disney movie, right? Like the first time you've ever seen a loud family in one of these cartoons. It's so funny. It's so funny. She chases her through the house, and they, like, lick each other and, like, hit each other. And it's so funny. Oh, my God. No one gets left behind. Yeah. Lilo's just like, I like him. Like, the first dog she sees, she takes home. She's like, wow, a dog. I like him. I'm just talking about everything about Lilo and Stitch. I've really gotten off the boyfriend theory.
Mamma mia!
My God, I wish I read more books or did anything other than remember these Disney movies.
Yeah, like you were saying before, how Disney controls so many of our like stories and ideas, and also our memories and experiences.
Yeah, that sucks. Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
How captive I am.
And we just complain about how like the ones they make today are so much worse, and like don't even have the like same appeal that these ones that are also like very corporate and soulless in a lot of ways did have.
Yeah.
And it's like, how come this guy Chris Sanders, he only got this one movie, and then they destroyed his other movie and turned it into Bolt, and it was awful.
Right. Yeah. And then did he do the designs for like How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah,
it's all boring.
That's not like, it's not like Lilo and Stitch, which was, cool.
Well, that was the only movie he was horny for. We all know how horny Chris Sanders was.
Yeah.
You see his sketchbooks from like the early 2000s?
Oh yeah, he loves Hawaii.
Yeah, he loves Hawaii. He
got to make a whole movie about it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that great that he got horny and made a movie? How often does that happen? Do you think John Lasseter ever gets horny and makes a movie?
I mean, did they try to make the characters in Cars sexy?
I mean, they all look like goofy cartoons, but the female cars have a feminine quality to them.
Yeah.
right? Who's the sexiest
I don't know if
car?
he's
Who's the sexiest car?
horny
What?
for the cars or anything.
I don't think John Lasseter is horny for the cars. I don't think he's horny. Like that whole thing about him like rubbing women's shoulders, that's like going all the way for John Lasseter. That's getting wet, is rubbing a woman's shoulders. It doesn't get much hornier than that.
Yeah, like if he could really have his fantasy, he'd be rubbing your shoulders while on like a train. Like a tiny little train going in a circle.
The one in like Frank Thomas's yard, or like Ollie Johnson, whichever.
I didn't know they had a train.
Oh my God! Yeah, I forget which one of them it is, but either Frank Thomas or Ollie Johnston had a working train in their backyard.
Yeah.
That they would ride around, and yeah, John Lasseter wanted to be riding on that train while, like, you know, you can see how uncomfortable he looks, just like in his little shirt, like just like rubbing a woman's shoulders from behind while she's on the computer. So there'd be a computer set up inside Ollie Johnston's train that this woman is sitting at.
Because she's not allowed to take a break.
No. She's still working, and John Lasseter is standing over her, rubbing her shoulders and like pretending to look at the computer screen. Like, what's this you're working on? With his little hands. With his little hands. You know, his like hands are not very big, right?
Probably.
Right?
Yeah, I would assume not.
Whatever they look like, I don't like it. You know, like there's no way John Lasseter's hands look like the kind of hand that you would want to touch you.
Yeah, you don't want them on you.
No, especially not by surprise. But like he's not the kind of guy who could, like, you know, surprise somebody but then win them over. Like if he thinks that's the case, like that's the big fucking problem you have here. And that's like, I think that's why the whole thing is kind of sad.
Well, have you ever had someone just like rub your shoulders randomly and it was cool?
And it was cool? No, you're right. It's never been cool.
Yeah, it's not cool.
It's not. Oh my God, you're right. Like you're right. Look, I totally believe in the art of seduction, but there is nobody who's getting their shoulders rubbed from behind like that by like anybody who has ever seduced them.
Yeah, like I don't think that was a good thing to do. Maybe at some point, like maybe like in some circles of people that was okay, and just like rub each other's shoulders randomly.
I don't think so. I think it's from a time period where all the women at work got harassed by all the men.
Could be.
And it was a man who was your superior, so you didn't always have the freedom to say, "What the fuck are you doing?" I mean, what a gross little man, you know? I mean, it's unfortunately that's how he's going to be seen forever now, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's hurt his own image a lot, I think, like with making, I think, lackluster movies and Cars and shit. And you know, Pixar was not headed in a great direction before he was let go. They were already being accused of sexism, to which he was like, I want to tell stories about women.
Oh.
And then, you know,
Yeah. Oh my God.
he gets fired.
Oh,
so
man.
like, you know, they made Toy Story 4, I guess. That was what he was thinking. Like, we make Bo Peep cool.
Yeah. Tell stories about Brave, right? Brave was their story about women.
That was the story that he took away from a woman.
Oh, really?
Well,
Really?
he always did this. He always took away the director. He took Jan Pinkava off of Ratatouille and gave it to Brad Bird.
Oh.
He took Up. Oh wait, no. He did not take Up. Up was left intact.
Okay.
He took away The Good Dinosaur from the guy who came up with it. And he took away Brave from Brenda Chapman and
Wow.
gave it to, I forget.
To a man?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so funny. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, it's pretty sad,
Yeah.
but it happens all the time with Lasseter. He just like dug his hands into and ruined a bunch of movies, I think.
Wow.
You know, like
Yeah, he had to go.
people ignore that because Frozen made $1 billion, but he still has been in decline. There's been too much meddling and, you know, taking away the artists from their vision.
Ah. Well, yeah, that's why the artists hate him. But did he make those movies hits when they wouldn't have been a hit?
What, as the like creative director at Disney?
Yes.
Because they put him in charge as soon as the company was sold.
Right, right. So
I
was he
mean-
making good choices for Disney, not for the artist, but for the company?
Well, I don't know. Was it a good choice to make Disney and Pixar movies almost indistinguishable from each other?
Yeah. Wait, no. All right. Yeah, no, you're right. They look almost exactly the same.
They're basically the same with like the tiniest little differences. I
Yeah,
don't even know what I'm doing. What am I doing?
you're absolutely right. Pixar movies tend to have like some like they're like a little more high concept, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not just about like a princess who sings. It's always like something like the inside of your mind or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, high concept.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's been so boring.
Oh my God. Well,
Like
yeah.
that one too. Like I had really high hopes for Inside Out and I was disappointed.
I never saw it. I trust the people who told me it's not that good.
Yeah.
I had pretty much had it with Pixar by the time that movie came out, so
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Well, I felt like I was tricked. Like I thought that they still had like some good ideas.
That was your
like,
final betrayal.
Well, no, I also somehow thought Finding Dory would be good, but it was just like a really lame sequel.
I remember when Trump won the election, like, and you know, people were like reeling from the shock of that. Like the next day, Trump was reportedly watching Finding Dory in his penthouse.
Wow.
President-elect Trump was watching a screening of Finding Dory in his house.
Yeah. Did he review it?
I don't remember. No, he probably didn't give an opinion. He was probably
I want to hear what he thought of it.
he was probably not paying attention. Maybe his son was paying attention and he wasn't. His son was like, "Wow, this is really fun that we're getting to watch a movie together, Dad," and he's not paying attention at all.
He's like probably on his phone checking Twitter and liking a bunch of tweets.
Yeah.
Saying like, you know, congratulations, Mr. Trump. It's
Yeah.
like a guy who's been following him for 15 years. Is like he sees all of his tweets and like this is like an older Trump who like replied to people in the past.
Right,
and he's
right.
like thanking people on Twitter while Finding Dory is playing.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's thanking his fans while Finding Dory is playing. While half of the country, not half, but you know, I'd say 30% of the country is vomiting in misery. They're so unhappy about it. He's just sitting there, not even enjoying the movie, the bad movie that's on in front of him.
He's probably like reviewing it while it's on and he's like not even looking at it.
Great film.
It's great. Finding Dory's great. There's a lot of fish. Finding Nemo didn't have as many fish. There's more fish.
Does he like Ellen DeGeneres?
Well, what did she say about him?
I don't know, but she's a bully like him.
Did not say very nice things about me. Was not very nice to me.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, like, but like, he also like, he doesn't know that's her. He doesn't care. Like, he's probably
yeah.
not thinking about it, right? Like, no,
I
unless
don't know, he
someone brought
might.
it up.
He might.
Yeah, maybe he is now because we brought it up.
Yeah.
Like before he was just not paying attention, and now he's like ranting. He just won the election. He's the president. He's going to be the president, and he's
Yes.
just like, not very nice to me. Ellen DeGenerate.
He's still
lame movie about fish. Why would you make a movie about fish? You already made a movie about fish, Pixar. Like, he would just be ranting. He'd be
Right,
so unhappy.
Right. Yeah, so
even
unhappy.
though he's the president now.
No, like literally, he is not going to meet anyone who isn't like cheering for him or protecting his life, like groveling
Yeah.
at his feet or protecting his life for the next few years.
Yeah. Or like, what if he doesn't even know how Ellen feels about him, and like still just like could like sniff out that she probably doesn't like him.
Well, but he's a petty bitch. He knows what everybody thinks of him,
Yeah.
unless they're a total loser who's not worth knowing about.
That's yeah. Well, I mean, he had that feud with Rosie, and
Oh, right, with Rosie O'Donnell.
yeah,
Right.
and you know he still probably holds on to a little of that anger.
Probably. Does
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell tweet about him?
I mean, I have no idea.
How could she not tweet it? If she tweets, then how could she not tweet about him?
I don't know if she tweets.
Oh my god, I love what a punishment that is if you fall.
Yeah.
It's such a punishment. You fall so deep into the lava. Are you gonna get to a point? Because I think we should end the stream very soon.
Well, I wanted to beat Bowser, but I
Okay.
need 4 more stars.
Oh my god. How long do you think it'll take?
I guess I could go for the fast ones.
Oh my god.
All right, well, if I die here, then I won't try this star again.
What's it like watching speedrunners and you're just like waiting for things to get good? Right.
Well, it feels like for this game, there's like a threshold where if there's like some pretty big glitches at the very beginning of the game. So if they don't get them perfectly, it kind of takes a while for them to pass that threshold.
So you'd spend a lot of time being bored.
It is kind of boring, yeah. I feel like the best speedrunners are the ones who just like move past it and like try to work on other parts of the
Right.
game.
Right, because they keep it entertaining for you.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's like, well, recently this game got a new thing. The speedrun got like a new glitch.
Oh.
It's like a pause buffering section in Rainbow Ride. So like it looks very difficult to set up and execute. So they're having a time with it right now.
Yeah.
You know, you just like watch them working on them executing this really difficult wall jump glitch where they have to like pause the game and unpause the game like that.
Oh wow. So like something like that, you have to go for it. You don't have any choice because you're never gonna mess up around the margins with the other stuff if you can't achieve it, right?
Well, yeah, like this glitch is called carpetless, so that means you're skipping like a really massive section of carpet riding, like, you know, just like what I'm doing right now, just waiting. So it's like you can't not learn it if everyone is going to be able to do that.
Right.
Your speedruns are going to be like a minute different.
Yes. Right. There's no more trimming the fat from the rest of the game. That's how close it's gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, the 120 star run is still like an hour and 40 minutes, I think.
Oh wow.
And I think 70 stars like an hour, and what's the other one? Like 16 star. It's like a 10-minute thing.
Oh wow. it is so interesting to watch highlights from like the history of these speedruns, but I cannot imagine watching it as it's being played.
Oh yeah, I've never seen like, or actually maybe I have seen something live. I forget, but I think I did see a record set at GDQ before.
Oh yeah.
It happens sometimes.
Ah.
Usually they do not go for the really dangerous strats because it'll lose too much time, and like with the marathons they have to like finish up before, you know, like they have to finish up in time because the next speedrunner has to get started.
Yes. Yes.
So like you can't lose too much time.
Yeah. Exactly.
But if it's just your own speedrun on Twitch, like you go for the more difficult stuff, and it's like, yeah, you might break a record if you get everything that everyone else is too scared to try. Like in this game, there was the one that we saw in Wom's Fortress where you clip through that like pointy corner and get the star, but you have to like do it really precisely, like you just walk off the bridge.
Okay.
And then most people won't do that. They'll do this like long setup, which takes like 10 seconds.
Okay.
And you know, like if you learn how to do the really precise thing, you can save a little bit of time.
Okay. Oh my god. I can't even imagine. We were like, I was playing with like my son and his best friend a couple of weeks ago, and his friend like he was like falling over on the couch. He's like face planting into the couch, and he like went over to me and he's like, "Yo, check this out!" And he like had his arms completely like unmoving the entire time he fell over. He just like heeled over, didn't even blink, and just smashed into the couch like totally fine. And I was like, just like, oh wow, we had just been watching some of those speedrun videos like earlier that day, and I was like, oh man, you do that totally armless. And then like you and I were like talking about it for a while, and we were like, well, like the next step is that you would have to do it boyless. Like there'd be no boy to sit down to fall over. Somehow you can get through that boyless. I love these terms. They're just like footless, achieved, otherwise known as fart baggers code. You know, like just some guy with a goofy speedrunner name, finding some mistake in a game and like signing it into law.
Yeah, the glitch is named after fart baggers with a Z.
Yeah.
or the fart baggers rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fart baggers rule. Yeah. And like you can't, you know, set a record without fart bagger anymore. Like everybody does it that way. Unless you find bagless.
Bagless.
Yeah, that's the next, like after somebody improved on fart baggers.
Yeah, bagless is real.
Yeah.
Is what they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Bagless is real. You don't have to do the fart bag. There's a faster way to do it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So like such elegance can be achieved in these games.
Yeah.
Doing them faster than anyone's ever done them.
Yeah, it is amazing to watch them. Like, I can't even beat that fucking wing cap level, but they can beat it so that you save time by jumping on the switch and getting the star before you hit the ground.
Oh my god.
Like you start flying and then you died.
Oh.
All right, let me get a different star. Oh wait, there's a free one. Let me just talk to this toad right here. Wait, where is he? Here he is. And he just gives you a star.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, just like in Mario
Nice.
Party, he just gives you one.
Nice.
Although in Mario Party, he wants money.
Oh boy. Mercenary.
All right, let's kill Bowser, and then the stream is over.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Wrong way.
Bowser! Bowser in his castle! Bowser! What the Bowser? Bowser! Castle! Bowser! And then he died! Is that a deep cut, or does everyone who knows your videos know about Bowser and his castle?
Yeah, a lot of people know about that, I think. I think a lot of people are aware that Bowser from his castle is one of my classic videos. Well, how many views does it have, do you think?
Bowser in his castle? All right, I'm gonna guess.
It was from his castle.
I'm gonna say, all right, somewhere between 800,000 and 1.6 million.
I would think you're very close. I think it's probably about 900,000 or something like that. Okay, so here's a speedrunner thing. If you face the sub, look how the game slows down because the sub is here.
Oh, I see.
So like you have to do this and then the game is running faster.
Bowser from his castle, 639,000.
Oh,
so
wow.
a little
A
lower.
little lower, yeah. Can I do this?
I'd say that's a bit of a B-side.
A B-side?
Although that many people watching your video 11 years ago was a pretty big deal.
It's, it's enough views. It's a lot now. 11 years ago, yeah, there's classic videos with a lot less than 600,000 views.
Jonathan Classic Television, right? Call it JNT. No, wait, TCM. So JCM. Jonathan's Classic Movies.
Yeah.
You've been a filmmaker for over a decade. You have over a decade of experience in the filmmaking biz.
Yeah, I've been doing it since like 2008. Or, I've been making cartoons since like 2004. When
Yeah.
I made my first cartoon in school.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. And yeah, I mean, I've been putting my shit on the internet since about 2000. Like, it's been a consistent feature in our lives for a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't know how to stop. Maybe this is my way of begging people to stop following me and indulging in this addiction of mine.
What, to make comics?
To make things for people to pay attention to. Please, I beg of you, don't listen to me. I'm so stupid. Don't listen to me. Oh, Mario. Oh, shit. See, I think if Mario 64 was as high stakes to me as it is to you, because you actually intend to play to win this.
Yeah. Well, what do you intend to do in this game?
Play level 1 and stop. And I'm like, that's all the fun I wanted. Like, I'll play a few levels. Maybe if me and Mike tried to like grind it out and do it together, we would do it. But I don't know that I'd play to win.
Yeah. You're not interested in these harder levels?
No. No. I just stop when it gets too challenging, you know?
Yeah.
I don't beat a game very often.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot too, but this game, well, this game I don't think is that hard.
Mm-hmm.
The challenges are pretty. You see, they're all in sight. It's all in sight. The solutions to these challenges.
Right. If you just know what the game is telling you.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever like given up because this game was too hard. Although, yeah, it can be pretty hard. Like with the quicksand and this lava is pretty nasty.
Oh, hell yeah. You got this. Oh, man. Beautiful.
There's a health.
Ah, yes. Wow, just waiting to read it. Nice. Oh my god, this looks very hard.
It's not that bad. We're at the end.
Right.
I guess I missed one. Alright, here's Bowser 2.
Nope.
He's like not that different. Just does this.
He's so cute. But this is like the fateful moment of all the speedrunners.
Yeah, well, when you beat him the third time.
Can you be in the third time?
Yeah, the third Bowser is the faithful moment.
Oh,
Where
okay.
It's like, are you going to make it?
So this isn't the third battle?
No, this is the second one.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, but Bowser does look like a cute little dog. Cute. Hooray. Da, 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 da. That was awesome.
We got to a point.
We got to a point. Very good. Woohoo! Yeah! This is the most satisfying, like from a power fantasy of Mario standpoint, this is the most satisfying game.
Yeah. Well, this is the only game that just like lets you explore a big place like this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mario Sunshine lets you explore too, but it's not as big as this. There's like a huge amount of place to explore, and there's also different. There's better tech in this game, like long jumping and stuff. And the water nuzzle is fun, but there's no gimmicks in this.
Right, right. It's very clean.
And Mario Galaxy, they don't really let you control the camera that much. They don't let you explore that much.
I see.
The hub world in the Mario Galaxy games is really small. I mean, I still jumped around them a lot. It's still fun, but it's not really as you would say, like a power fantasy like this is. You know, you can really just like do whatever you want as Mario. Go anywhere you want to go, do anything you want to do, change angles. What am I, a monkey? I'm out of here. Yeah, like the fucking commercial for Mario 64.
Oh my god. I'm out of here. Well, on that note, are we out of here?
Yeah, we're out of here.
Oh. Wait, that's you going through the door?
Yeah.
Scary. Scary. All right. We're gonna call it a night.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
And
everyone.
we'll see you on the next installment. Wasn't that terrifying?
The next one will not be spooky.
No.
This one wasn't either.
No, it wasn't. Well, it was a little scary.
We talked
right?
about our fears.
Yeah. Right.
You know, haunted games. Some people say this game is haunted.
I mean, it does seem like a haunted game for sure.
Yeah.
What are our final Thingus heroes and villains for the night?
Thingus heroes and villains. Let's think.
Who is our hero? Oh no, I brought up a previous hero. Who's our hero this week? What about Bob Clampett, who in spite of the not even occasional, but like more than occasional racist imagery in his cartoons, he gave us that Hitler cartoon, for which I will always be quite grateful. And also those hilarious Bugs Bunny and the Toidle cartoons. I mean, look, it's easy to hand the Thingus Award to Bob Clampett. Perhaps somebody a little more, you know, a little more of a scrapper, a little less of a canonized genius should win our award.
Who else did we talk about?
Who'd we talk about? I think we almost completely talked about Disney and Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And Nintendo.
And Hitler.
And Hitler. How are all these things different and how are they the same?
I don't know, but Ants was better than A Bug's Life.
Okay. So, all right, I think that might be like that might be the spookiest. Like that was the spookiest moment of Thingus tonight.
Yeah. Is it?
Was our consensus around ants.
The idea that Pixar could not be perfect.
Well, that DreamWorks could make a better movie than them with such a cursed personality, like culturally poison. In hindsight, right? For all but the biggest fans, will not touch that guy with a 40-foot pole anymore.
Right.
The movie where they made him as an ant is better than Pixar's second film, A Bug's Life.
I mean, A Bug's Life, I would say it has some good visuals. It looks like it was made in an era where like they were still figuring out 3D animation and like, you know, similar to the first Toy Story, it has some like rough but kind of interesting looking animations.
The caterpillar's funny looking. Yeah, right? I only like that because they're making fun of Germans, though.
And then in Toy Story 2, we showed them killing him.
Yeah,
so.
Which I also enjoyed.
Would you say that John Lasseter is a Thingus villain for putting hands on you?
Absolutely. Honestly, like the other villain we talked about tonight, what was his name again? The guy who was annoying and they told him to shut up.
Chibi.
Chibi, all right. I actually have something that is not total contempt in my heart for Chibi
Yeah.
because of how truly despicable, how miserable a creature he is. John Lasseter, that is a pathetic man.
Yeah.
Chibi is almost a golem-like creature, crawling around in the mud.
Yeah.
John Lasseter, fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Pathetic. Like, pathetic. No sympathy in my heart for that man. Thingus villain.
Well, yeah, like, what's he doing? He went on to work at another studio as the head of that studio. He didn't, nothing really changed. They got rid of him at Pixar, and what, he just, like, went to another studio, like, it didn't even matter to him?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they switched him to another studio where he can, like, do some variation on the creepy thing he was doing at the other studio, but he'll be like, yeah, I'm not like that anymore. I'm this way now. This is how it manifests now.
yeah. I don't know how the fuck things got like, well, no, I mean, you know, we were talking about how they put him in charge of Disney, and, like, Steve Jobs sold the company. The giraffe died, and Steve Jobs died. I guess, you know, I didn't realize that he'd gotten rid of the company so long before he died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I
It
feel
was-
like just like losing these people one by one makes it so Pixar is just like a, you know, shadow of its former self.
They made one good movie, okay? They made Toy Story. Then they made their second tier movies, which are Ratatouille and The Incredibles.
Yeah.
What else can you do with them? Good night.
Oh my god. The proper word for some of these movies is a who gives a shit movie.
Yeah, shouldn't exist. They took the money that you could use to build a pyramid and they made that shit instead.
Yeah, the human effort.
One of the biggest wastes of human resources ever conjured in all of history.
Why'd they make Inside Out? Why'd they make it so generic? Why'd they spend $200 million on that?
I can't speak for that movie, but it still didn't justify the money that was spent making it.
They spend so much. Yeah, like I was looking up that movie we were just watching, The Gate. That was a $6 million movie.
That's a micro budget.
That's like, I guess horror movies are always like that, right?
Yeah.
So like, imagine if yeah, there was animation though in that.
There was a lot of special effects in that movie. They tried to make that look good.
Do you really need to spend $200 million on an animated movie just so you can like rework the script over and over so everything makes sense and it has no feeling left in it at all?
Well, like, how about, you know, if you're one of the supremely talented animators at one of these studios, how about you branch out and start your own studio? Well, every time it's happened, it has basically crashed and burned.
Yeah.
Like when an animator tries to start that stuff. A money guy can do it sometimes, and it'll be a struggle for him. And every movie they make, you'll be like, wow, that's pretty impressive that this isn't a Disney movie, right?
Yeah.
But like, how many times have animators broken off from these companies and started their own studio and actually completed a movie?
I mean, Don Bluth.
Yeah, it's true. And eventually his movies like kind of turned to diarrhea too. I don't know why, actually. Does somebody know why his movies started to get bad?
I mean, when did they start getting bad? Because I think
We
you know,
could be here all night.
Troll in
If I have
Central
to-
Park is pretty bad.
If I have to defend the Pebble and the Penguin at this
it's
hour.
bad, but yeah, I would also defend it.
Exactly. Let's go to bed. We can't do this. We cannot do this with our lives. Good night. Thank you everybody for watching. A lovely streaming with you, Joe.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.